Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm sitting here with...
Whiskey Don.
Shane.
And Mike.
Oh, man. Full house.
Yes.
I love it. It's the first time since preview for Mania, maybe, when Shane was here?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be it.
Oh, man. Thank you for checking out the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast, guys. This is the Round Table, episode 48.
48.
Here we go. Almost to 52. I'm even though we don't really, we've been around a lot longer than a year, once we hit that 52, I just feel like that's a nice, nice check in the box that we can have at that point, because then you can listen to a show once a week for a whole year, if you wanted to. If you haven't already, go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PW LookBack. Send us a DM. Let us know topics for roundtables, questions, comments, concerns, anything like that. Let us know. Get in contact with us. We would love to get in contact with the listeners. Send us an email if you want as well, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. If you want to get a t-shirt, I still haven't made the water bottle or the backpack. I'm slacking on that one. Teespring.com/prowrestlinglookback podcast, or maybe just Pro Wrestling Lookback. I don't think you have to put the podcast in there. Just search up Teespring on Google with Pro Wrestling Lookback, and you'll find it. I think that's it as well. Follow me on Twitter if you want, at Salsa, SCELSA.
My Twitter is at JustDon44.
At Shane Avery.
At MXKEXD.
There you go. That's everybody's Twitters. I think that's pretty much everything. Follow, like, subscribe, share. Hit the 5 stars on iTunes. We'd really appreciate that. Leave us a positive review. I mean, you can leave us a review that's negative, but I don't know. I'd prefer not.
I'll come find you.
Donovan will come find you. So there you go. But yeah, only other thing, got to let them know, just like last week, don't forget to check out Pure Oxide CBD oils. They're now in partnership with our show. I'm a week into taking this stuff, and like I said last week on the show, I've found more the mental clarity at work and just being able to focus a lot more. The pain stuff, I don't deal with that much pain aside from maybe a little bit knees and back, walking a lot, but I don't know. This stuff's incredible. Get at them, like I said, Pure Oxide CBD on Instagram. I think they're on Twitter as well. I'm not 100% sure, but if not, just contact Justin Brothers on Instagram as well, and he'll be able to hook you up with some of that awesome CBD oil. I think that's everything out of the way, boys. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Yeah, it's nice to have Shane back and Mike D. Fuck. Yeah. Sorry to Shane.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not here now.
We were hyping for Shane all week.
It's all good.
And then Mike showed up last minute on us, did a little bit of a run-in. So
there you go.
It's nice though. It's good to have a nice 4-man crew for the look back. We're getting ourselves hyped for SummerSlam in Toronto, and
yes,
the wrestling world descends on the city of Toronto this weekend, boys.
It's a hot one.
It is. Does this bring back any memories for you guys, or anything? Any like the SummerSlam being in Toronto? What does this mean to you?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it.
You mean the main event?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, SummerSlam 04. I mean, if anybody's checked out our Instagram and stuff, and I've posted some stuff about NXT TakeOver as well, just the past shows that have taken place in Toronto. But I don't know. Obviously, us being from Toronto, more or less, quote unquote, we're pretty hyped up.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I had some questions kind of for you guys just before we dive too deep into everything tonight. I wanted to talk about just pay-per-views in Toronto. Maybe some of your guys' favorite SummerSlam moments that we've had so far. And obviously, we're going to get into the SummerSlam preview. We're going to probably have that be in the second half of the show. So if you're checking in for just the preview, then maybe look in the description and I'll put some kind of time code to so you can jump right to the preview if you want. But yeah, do you guys have a favorite SummerSlam moment? Any, not just Toronto SummerSlams. I'm talking something that jumps at, like, what's the first thing that pops in your head when I say SummerSlam?
Guerrero and Mysterio ladder match.
Ooh, for the possession of Dominic.
Yeah, that match was crazy.
SummerSlam 98 set list in wrestling video games.
Ah.
The double S, the orange one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that Guerrero Mysterio match, I've watched back a couple times because they've replayed that on the network in the, they play shit throughout the day randomly. I feel like they've done a look back, I guess. I don't know if that's our thing, but they've showed that match in the past, and I remember watching that one live too. I think it was 2005, 4 or 5.
I think I got that at home.
Yeah.
You got that one?
I think it's 4. I think it was 2004.
Yeah, it was. No, because 4 was Randy and Benoit, so it must have been 2005.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I posted a picture of the guy.
I'm kidding.
I don't know, everything.
It was a great match, so whatever.
Oh, that Randy Orton Chris Benoit match is my top, probably one of my favorite matches of all time, so you don't have to get me going on that.
Every Chris Benoit match is fucking...
Yeah, the guy was
Every single one.
In-
hey, it's the truth.
in the ring. He knew what the fuck he was doing.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. But yeah, any other moments?
I think, again, I'm going to go back to the card that I always talk about. The 2000 card. Like, you had the first TLC match.
Yeah, with the
So,
Hardys, the Dudleys, and
it's
Eddie
incredible. You know, like, that whole card top to bottom. Yeah, okay, sure, there's duds, but let's not talk about Kat and Terry. But, like, you know, you had Rock and Angle and Hunter in the triple threat.
Yep. That match is
Um,
incredible.
It's great considering Angle went through 90% of it with a concussion.
Which, again, is one of those things that just wouldn't happen.
No,
nowadays.
absolutely. Like, he would have been taken out of the match, and that would have been it. It would have been a one-on-one match. It wouldn't have
Ended the way it did. Yeah.
He was determined to go back out there, and he did. So he's even said today he doesn't remember anything. He's completely blacked it all out.
That's
like,
insane.
nothing.
I don't know if me and you talked about it last time you were on the show or if it was off air or not, but that whole thing with Paul Correa that I brought up. And same idea when Paul Correa got knocked out in the playoffs in 2003.
Yep.
Comes back and scores the overtime winner to win the game.
And has no idea.
Doesn't even remember
Yeah.
scoring the goal. Crazy. But yeah, so
No, I
same
mean,
sort of similar.
Yeah, no, for sure though. Like, it's one of those moments though, as a wrestling fan, and you know that these guys are putting their bodies on the line. Like, when you watch that table break, you watched his head bounce off the ground, and you're just like, holy shit, what the hell are they gonna do?
It's not that
It's just crazy.
Not that I want to get into it now, but that was something I talked about a lot with the casual fan, who, again, thanks to Newell for coming on the show last week. That was awesome. We talked a lot about kind of pain in wrestling and whether we want to see people get hurt or we don't. Because I know some people are kind of more interested in seeing real pain and real, brutality, and then some people kind of maybe not. But I don't want to go too deep down that road right now. I'm more curious, kind of some of Don's favorite
SummerSlam moments.
SummerSlam moments. I figure it's a good way to start our SummerSlam preview show.
Absolutely.
There's one that it stands out to me. I don't remember the exact year. I want to say it was maybe the 91 or 93, but I believe they did the Savage Elizabeth wedding angle at a SummerSlam. Because for me, some reason, the visual of like renting that VHS as a kid, the cover with Savage and her, and
I think you're right. I think it was
old
SummerSlam.
school SummerSlam logo. I remember that.
That's so awesome
Yeah.
that you
Sticks
rented
out.
that VHS.
Yes. So that's
best
one
section.
for me. I loved SummerSlam 2013, I think it was, with Daniel Bryan and John Cena for the title.
The one that Brock didn't main event.
Yes.
We'll
yeah.
get to that later.
And
my
that was
God.
also Punk and Brock, which I thought was a great match. I love
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole
No, it
that whole
is.
card was good.
I want to go back and watch some of the Punk Brock feud and maybe matches because I haven't seen any of them, and I'm very curious how. Well, Brock Lesnar was doing a lot more than just suplexes back then,
He was.
and
yeah.
CM Punk is CM Punk. As
Yeah.
much as maybe I'm not a huge fan, I still understand how
It
good the guy
also-
is in the ring.
Yeah, like that whole feud also integrated Heyman really strongly into it
Yeah, that's
because he was advocating for both of them at different times.
Yep.
So
that's crazy.
That gave it another level.
And that was
But-
like there was Punk did some stuff with the urn, right? I feel like I can remember him
Yeah.
holding an urn or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Myself, obviously, we talked about it. Randy Orton, 2004, winning that title. First time I really, really watched a pay-per-view and enjoyed it and soaked it all in. And then the other one, I feel like this is going to shock you guys big time. But honestly, the Brock beating the fuck out of Randy Orton at the end of 2015.
Oh yeah.
And
it
cutting
was,
his head open.
It was really, really, really well done. It was shocking.
Yeah,
Because
I'll never forget it.
because it was this. They were in the same era that they are now.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Randy is like pouring blood in
Like,
the ring, and you're like, "What the
leaking.
actual hell?"
There was a lot of blood, and like, not that I don't want to see people get hurt. I talked about it last week on the show, but this is a quote unquote memorable moments
Absolutely.
as we have on the look back.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna forget that. And that was the time, shout out our boy Hurdy, we had the SummerSlam watch party at his house, so we were all watching it there with a few people that don't always watch wrestling, and I remember them going like, "What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this the end of the show?" And when they showed that replay of him actually elbowing him in the head, it's like, holy fuck, he elbows him. He takes that point of his elbow
Yeah.
and puts it in his head. But again, it also shows you that, like, at least this is what I believe, Brock Lesnar has the ability to do that on command. He knows how to bust somebody open with his elbow and not knock them the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
He has that ability, I believe, personally.
Yeah, I have to ask Randy though.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Well, hey, we knew Jericho was fucking losing it that night backstage. So, and all the credit to Jericho for sticking up for the WWE guys and the wrestlers.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Another one of that night, though, no pun intended. It was phenomenal. The AJ Cena match, man. I remember
Yes.
that.
Oh,
match
absolutely.
was,
Yeah.
Crazy.
He brought. I mean, I'm not gonna jump on this Cena hating train because I'm not a fan, but I don't hate him.
Mm.
The last few years, I don't know what he tapped into, but
The indie run.
the runs with Styles and Owens brought out something in him.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, these young guys want to try me. I'm going to really bring it. And he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his matches with Styles were fantastic. So,
I feel like that whole like U.S. title run, John Cena was like a different kind of
absolutely.
monster.
I completely agree with you.
I've said it to Nick before. I think Cena has a room in his giant house where he just watches indie wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's sick. He has sick matches with and knows what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike's
Yeah.
convinced that Cena's like a closet
yeah.
hardcore indie wrestling fan.
Same with Stone Cold. I know he is too.
Yeah, Stone Cold
Yeah.
maybe not in the closet as much about it, but yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see that room.
I could see that.
It's in that cigar
You
room
see what I
they
mean?
showed
Yeah.
in Total Divas, That cigar room.
Yeah, that's exactly what I pictured. That's what everyone goes to watch after that.
Oh, yeah, that's good shit, man. Sticking with sort of Toronto SummerSlam pay-per-views in Toronto, I want to bring up this because I looked this up. I couldn't find, no one had, I'm not taking Don Tony's words here, but no one had done the research, so I had to do the research myself. I was very curious to know how many pay-per-views have been in Toronto total. And I started.
Can we guess?
Yeah, I don't have a number off the top of my head. But I can list them because I remember how. I just don't remember how many. But yeah, guess.
Is it? Well, it doesn't really matter.
Under 10? No.
Yeah, I guess it's under 10 because you can list them all.
Yeah, it's.
I was going to say 9 or 10.
Yeah. Don?
Does Takeover count? Takeover Toronto before? Does it count as like a pay-per-view?
That's a good question,
Yeah,
Don.
you have to
I
pay-
guess
you-
so
you
because
have
I'm
to pay-
including
You have to pay
Roadblock.
for it.
I'm
Yeah.
including
I was
Roadblock
just about
that
to
we
say,
went to.
You have to pay for the network, so it's pay-per-view.
Okay, so we'll include that, which I wasn't before. But like I said, I was including Roadblock that me and Shane went to.
Yeah.
That was technically a pay-per-view, even though a month before when we had our tickets, it was a house show.
Yeah, exactly.
Turned into a pay-per-view.
And then all of a sudden we're like, wait, what
Yeah.
the fuck is happening?
What's going on here?
Yeah.
They haven't seen tickets sell like that ever.
So there was WrestleMania 6.
Shout out,
shit,
shout out
that's
to my
right.
dad.
Shout out, yeah, your dad was there.
My dad was there. Yeah.
Shout out to the Mega Powers colliding.
Yeah.
Is that that's what that was?
No, that was Warrior and Hogan.
Oh, and Mega Powers is Macho Man and Hulk. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they call Warrior Hogan? What was the?
I don't think there was.
Where was that?
Oh, you mean what was
Skydome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's the one where everybody
I know
knows
the one. I know the one. I just was wondering about the building. 'Cause
Yeah.
the garden and stuff. Like, there's some crazy matches at the garden.
at
and all
Maple Leaf Gardens.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's way back Maple Leaf Wrestling back in the day. Ric Flair and shit, man.
Yeah,
My dad's told me some cool stories about going downtown to see Ric Flair at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Nice.
Yeah,
Beauty.
insane. But anyway, just the pay-per-view. So then following that, because I looked this up and I couldn't fucking believe it. WrestleMania 18 didn't have a pay-per-view in between WrestleMania 6.
So 12 years,
12 years.
Yep.
And then they came back for WrestleMania 18.
which I was at.
Yes, all of you were at. Everybody
Yeah.
except for Nick. Anybody that comes on the
Yeah.
fucking PW Look Back
Come on.
was there. Too sweet, up in the air for you. Shout out to Tyler, who was here watching SmackDown with us this week. He was there. I met this guy for the first time this week watching SmackDown with the boys, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was at Mania 18. I was at SummerSlam." I'm like, everybody went to
You're
that
just
show.
like everybody but me.
But I wasn't watching wrestling yet, so
Right.
I guess I have an out there.
That was a show.
But yeah, so we had that one, WrestleMania 18, and then we didn't have another fucking pay-per-view until 2004 for the one SummerSlam that we just talked about, Randy Orton, Chris Benoit, all the
Shit.
stuff I talked about. Yeah, that was the next pay-per-view.
When did Edge win the IC belt and get booed in Toronto?
That was
That was it.
there, SummerSlam
That's one
2004.
of my moments too, because I liked Edge, and I was like, "Why are they booing him
Yeah.
in Toronto? I'm from Toronto. What the hell?"
It was really weird that he got booed at that. And that was a good match, though, and like old school Batista and that shit. And who was the other?
Jericho.
Jericho, yeah. Anyway, and then 2007, Unforgiven. Another massive gap in
Oh
between.
yeah, that was Trish and Lita, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trish and Lita, John Cena and Edge in the TLC, and then the McMahons versus DX in a Hell in a Cell, which me and Mike D went to that one again.
I was not at that one.
No,
no.
shout out to our boy Hurdy who had tickets, and then his mom grounded him a couple days before we had to go, and he couldn't go. So my stepdad at the time, mom's boyfriend, came with us. But yeah, so after that, I wasn't into wrestling at this time. So I was under the impression that maybe we had some pay-per-views between 2007 and 2016. But no. The next pay-per-view in Toronto following Unforgiven 2007 was Survivor Series in 2016. I guess we're going to say NXT TakeOver the night before.
What was the main event of 2016 Survivor Series?
Goldberg.
Oh, fucking
Goldberg.
All right.
Hey, man,
I forgot about that.
I got to be honest. I'm happy, and you were there too, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy to say I was in the building for that.
Absolutely.
Because that's one of those things people aren't going to forget. Brock Lesnar losing in 30 seconds and everybody holding their head going, what the fuck just happened?
Nobody saw that coming. It was absolutely a moment because I remember watching it going, did that just fucking happen?
Yeah. Oh, we were in the building like, what the shit is going on right now? You were there with us.
Yeah.
It was me, you, Simon, and Tanner for that one, right?
Yep. And then
And Moo came to Raw.
the good thing about it, though, is they got to hog the main event because the Team Raw against Team SmackDown was stacked.
And it was an hour. And
That was a wicked match.
It was,
That was a
yeah.
wicked match.
That was one of the better
Oh, crazy.
brand, whatever.
I
This
gotta
is the
pick-
only
Yeah.
time of the year that Raw and SmackDown go head to head until every week now. But yeah, and then now. So we've got 3 years later, we've got SummerSlam 2019 coming to
We got to
Toronto.
get a stat on how many Raws, like Monday Night Raws.
That would be a good question.
know
Probably a lot more.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I
a
would
lot
say
more.
probably one a year,
Yeah.
roughly. I just couldn't get over the fact that because I stopped watching wrestling in roughly 2008 and jumped back in 2015. I couldn't believe that there was no pay-per-views
That's
in
crazy.
Toronto in the whole gap of time that I wasn't watching wrestling.
We need Mania back is what we need.
It's not.
Yeah,
We got nowhere to put it.
It's not happening.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Okay. That's actually true. I never thought of that.
I think SummerSlam's the best we're gonna get, and then maybe they could do the Rumble at the Sky Dome, and that would be dope. And that would be like the biggest we'll ever get because they're not gonna do the Rumble or Mania at this point.
What's the field hold?
Sky Dome?
No, the TFC field. Can they do that?
Oh, even less than ACC.
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. No, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, small.
Yeah.
They couldn't just give us a nice Mania at the Dome. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
money,
like,
buddy.
just
There's
do-
more money. in
Canadian dollar.
Florida.
right? You gotta deal with
Fucking
the-
hell.
Open that up. Open that dome up. Give me
Yeah, no. And then
No. Okay, hold on. No more outdoors shit because the lighting, the weather. I can't. No.
I like the outdoor shows. To be
No.
honest.
Undertaker in the day.
That
Remember
Mania
that?
was wicked. I loved how that Mania, like Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, are fucking dripping sweat because it's like, well, obviously they're sweating and they're having a wrestling match, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that match was like
Yeah.
it was sunny because it was California, so it was 3 hours earlier than we were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Used to.
Is that AJ and Jericho? His hair's blowing in the
No,
wind?
No,
This is
no,
before
that
AJ.
was before AJ even came, and Jericho hadn't come back yet. That was Roman. It was Seth cashing in the main event for the briefcase.
Sting and H.
I had only been watching wrestling for 2 months at that
It was
time.
just.
That was your favorite.
Oh,
It's
brutal,
just
though.
odd watching it in daylight. It's
Yeah,
Just,
oh,
it
it was
looks strange.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that.
And okay, like that like Sting and like what? No.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No.
Whoa.
Come
We
on.
waited so long.
Who waited so long? No one asked for that match.
No, yeah.
We just waited for Sting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait,
Okay,
wait.
sorry.
What are we talking about? Sting and
Sting and Hunter from that Mania.
that
oh,
Mania,
okay,
sorry.
yeah. No. I thought you said Taker. I was gonna say that never
No,
happened, did it?
Sting and Hunter. We just got a
Sidebar on the Canadian pay-per-view scene though.
For sure.
Yeah.
On Roadblock, I didn't mention that we went to.
yes, you did.
Wasn't in Toronto, but I know in 2009 they did. I think it was called Breaking Point in Montreal.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yo,
Yeah.
Bell Center holds a lot of people.
It does.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and like I want to say a couple more thousand than the ACC or the Scotiabank
I
Arena
totally forgot
as
about
of,
that pay-per-view.
as
That's
of
right.
now.
Scotia holds a lot of people too.
Yeah, no, but you're right. They do. It is bigger
Yeah.
than Toronto, not by much, but I just know that from playing old NHL games and it showing the attendance on the bottom of it.
And sure enough, at that pay-per-view, they brought back the old Ding Ding Montreal Screwjob in a match, of course.
Oh man!
With who?
Punk and Taker and a submission. Yeah.
And was
Yeah.
that?
Who? Punk got the.
Punk retained off of the screw.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. One other thing, I guess, kind of sticking with the SummerSlam stuff. This is big shout out to the Don Tony Show for bringing this up because I didn't know this, and I just think this is too crazy of a stat to not bring up and at least talk about with you guys. Since Brock Lesnar has returned to WWE in 2012,
I don't think I'm going to like this stat at all.
he
but
has main evented every single SummerSlam
Yep.
other than 2013.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
It's just a crazy stat when you think about who, you know what I mean? Like actually Brock Lesnar being the one every year, because even just since I've been watching, it's like when you think back, you're like, oh shit, yeah, the Fatal 4-Way last year, and then Randy Orton, and then Undertaker before that, and whoever John Cena.
Yeah.
The year before, Punk. No, that was the one year that they didn't. Was the one he brought up.
Oh, right.
Because
Okay.
that one year that Brock didn't main event was Daniel Bryan and Cena.
Brock and John is good.
Oh yeah,
that
2014.
Oh,
when he
absolutely. He destroys him, and it's beautiful.
And
I don't mean that. Sorry, I don't mean that as a knock on John Cena because it had
John
he
Cena's
went out there
tough,
and sold
man.
his ass off that night,
And
it was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Because no one thought that was going to happen, and that's why it worked.
I wish I watched that storyline from Mania to that SummerSlam live because I didn't realize that Brock. If I did, I didn't remember. Like I know he beat The Rock. Second time fighting The Rock, he beats him, and then the next night on Raw, he comes out and Brock Lesnar fucking shows up for the first time, and God knows when.
No, he lost. He lost to The Rock.
Or
yeah.
What?
Cena, right?
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was after their second fight.
No.
It was after their first
It was
fight.
after the first fight.
When Brock initially first came back is after Cena lost to Rock. at,
See, that ruins it for
Mania
me.
28.
Never mind what I said.
And then Brock came back, and they had a match at Extreme Rules. Brock beat the piss out of him again.
Yeah, to me, it sounded so much cooler when I thought it's like he finally beats The Rock, and then the next night it's like you're going back down, buddy.
Yeah, no.
That's how I thought it worked.
No, it was no. I think
It was more of like a storyline of Cena going through like a low before he could climb back up and
then beat The Rock a year later.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, I guess, too. I don't know. I thought it was a little bit more of a... But I don't know. I just thought that was crazy to bring up. I'm not going to list all the main events that he's been in or anything, but it's fucking wild.
Did Brock win the Undisputed from Rock at a SummerSlam?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
When The Rock left, 2003?
Yeah.
4? 2? No, 2002.
2.
2002. I've seen that
Because
match a number
2001
of times.
was the year Rock came back.
And
'Cause it was after-
2003 was the one I've got on DVD. It's the one with Sable. She got the
shit.
SummerSlam covering her all up. She's all naked on the cover and the
let me-
SummerSlam logo.
That's like a SummerSlam moment for me. I remember that shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Straight.
See?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have that still?
Yeah.
My
'cause
DVD?
Brock and Kurt Angle I've
Oh,
watched
yeah!
10 million times because I love that match.
Well,
yeah.
let's be honest, that match is better than their Mania match.
The one at 19?
yeah.
I love that match.
No, yeah,
but
I hear you.
When you talk about Brock and Kurt, you remember technically the SummerSlam match more because when you talk about their Mania match, all you talk about is Brock's botched shooting star press.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because that match was good. But
It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but everybody just talks about the botched. And I'll never forget watching that live because when he hit the ground, I legit thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
My personal favorite is the SmackDown match they did, the Iron Man match.
Oh yeah.
It was they
It's
did
like 60 minutes or some shit?
Yeah,
I don't even remember that. I remember the cage match. from
SmackDown in 2003 was crazy.
Oh shit. Okay.
They did a nice tag division and everything.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I remember the cage match
With them too.
with them, and it involved Vince because.
That's what. Yeah.
But Angle was the heel at that point.
Yeah, and that was leading into the SummerSlam match.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Good times. We're all just
We're
Yeah.
just
We're all just
reminiscing.
like,
That's what I figured. It's SummerSlam's in Toronto. It's our hometown. This is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Absolutely.
We got a 4-man booth in the look back. Fuck,
Yeah,
we might as
yeah.
well have some nostalgia, some reminiscing of our favorite wrestling moments and, SummerSlam stuff. But I had a couple other little points before because we're going to do kind of this. Donovan's going to talk some G1 Climax stuff. I'll get into the F1 update, and then post that is going to be diving into SummerSlam 2019 and really breaking down as much as we feel like we need to
Absolutely.
each of the matches on that show. Did anybody get a chance to see Mr. Cain Velasquez this week and his foray into pro wrestling?
AAA Mania, right?
Yeah, that's what it was, AAA, right? Because
Yeah.
I said to Mike, I'm like, I think it was AAA. I can't imagine him going to wrestle in a company in Mexico that isn't AAA, especially him being a former UFC heavyweight champion.
Mhm.
Pretty wild. Guy doing fucking Hurricane Ranas. It didn't look like some, I'm going to have a wrestling match. No, like this guy, it looked like he had been fucking training for months
Yeah.
to be doing this.
I didn't see. No, I didn't.
It's all
Okay.
good. I just saw an Instagram clip too, but
Oh,
it was
okay.
one of those ones where you swipe and it was probably like fucking 5 minutes long, so I kept swiping. But I don't know. Cool to see the UFC guys jumping over, working in Mexico. Sorry, you look like
No. I was just gonna say the one thing I really like about it is that he chose to wear like wrestling gear. Like he didn't come in. I kind of would have expected him to come in the UFC kind of shorts.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was wearing like.
Nick said he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, he wore a mask.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask too.
He
yeah.
wore a mask
Which is
and
great.
tights.
Like
Yeah,
He
that's
looked like
unreal.
any other big luchador guy, but
Yeah.
he was doing Hurricane Ranas and shit. It was wild.
He's Mexican, bro.
Yeah.
Well, this is true. But I mean, he's a heavyweight.
I'm
You know,
just
you
playing.
wouldn't
I'm just
expect to see as much of that. But again, more little things. Don, how about that face paint on Gallows, buddy?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
someone
yeah.
pull up a picture. I got to see this.
Oh, man.
Okay, you guys go at it then. I'm curious because
What, no?
No, I just
They
I
call
just wasn't
him Doc?
expecting it. So I just
neither is I. It got me going. I was excited because I've been saying for a long time on this show, like I was like, they need that edge, that New Japan. They did the little face paint.
Yes.
I was like, that would be a nice add-on in the WWE version.
Yeah, no, I think it works. Like it just caught me off guard. I think is all.
They're just taking steps now, bro.
yeah, finally, right?
Jeez.
But it was good, man. It caught me off guard too.
Yeah.
Did Carl Anderson do it too, or it was just Gallows?
It was just Gallows.
Just dog.
Yeah, it was just Gallows. But
yeah, that's cool. I'm done with that.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it,
He's good for a big man, Gallows. He's good
yeah.
for a big
Oh,
man.
he is.
he can do the big boot spot and all that
Yeah.
shit like nobody, like just as good as anybody. I totally agree with that. I just when he pulled,
They're tag champs?
No, I was.
yeah,
kidding.
brother,
Yeah.
Live reaction.
yeah, brother.
They're
Them-
tag champs with
We're live,
AJUS?
pal.
yeah. They're the OCs is what they're called now. The
I know
original
that.
club.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, the name isn't the best. That's
No,
for sure.
it's not.
But hey,
What
at
do you
least
want?
they're putting them all together and they're
But they're-
actually giving
yeah.
these guys a
If they
little
use
bit
the
of
real name, they get a cease and desist.
Well, this is true. Yeah,
That is very true.
well, they've given out their own in the past. So, no, I was just gonna say when I saw that on TV, the first thing I thought though, Don, was I literally just looked at. I was like, holy fuck, Don's gonna lose it. 'Cause he said that to me like 10 times. Like, man, he should just wear the face paint again. I don't know why. He
Yeah.
shouldn't wear the
No, that's awesome. Yeah.
So it was cool to see that. Other
Anything for those guys is good.
Once they
I
could
like
just
it.
give me Balor, and then
Yeah, man.
just throw him in
Let's
that
see some
mix.
single
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, Gallows and Carl have been in the G1 wrestling long matches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not 4-minute shits and shit, but
I
they've
want
been-
them to get Balor, and then
Yep.
I want them to get a woman, and I want them that to be a thing.
Yeah.
All of them.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, they could.
Because they need a woman. They need to start having more, well, like what they tried with Sanity, but you know what I mean? More women in factions.
They need that back because
Yeah.
it worked really well in the late 90s into the early 2000s, but they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like now they're slowly trying to realize that they're in the same building, the men and the women. Before
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
a couple years ago, it's like they didn't acknowledge it. They couldn't do storylines with guys and girls. It was like, no.
Didn't Baron Corbin
You're
give
here.
Becky Lynch the end of days or something?
He did.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
That's
allowed,
stomping ground.
That's allowed in WWE. How long ago was that?
It was when I was in New York.
Last
Was
month.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah,
month.
it was about a
Yeah.
month ago.
Sorry, boys.
No, it's all.
No,
hey, dude,
That's
it's.
allowed?
I want to talk about that too, man. I want to talk about how much wrestling there is, and the fact that we can have 4 dudes that all watch pro wrestling and maybe all watch different shit.
Oh,
Like-
absolutely.
Like that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that you can be as big of a pro wrestling fan as you are, Mike, and you, Shane, and everybody, but we all overlap with some stuff, and there's like, it's wild. It's fucking, and everybody says it, and it's a cliche, but hell of a time to be a wrestling fan.
Absolutely.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? It really is, and
I think it was like that in the 80s before Vince McMahon got a hold of things.
well, I
Like
mean,
territory shit.
I don't know, man. Like,
I wasn't there. I'm just saying.
yeah, but as much as you love the Attitude Era and
I
everything,
love Vince
is-
McMahon.
Vince just the only Vince problem now, and it's just he's 70, man. It's like
He doesn't. It's
Very- very
sorry.
few. No, it's okay. Very few 70-year-old men, 75-year-old men, however old he is, connect with 30-year-olds and 10-year-olds and the 18 to 45 or whatever it is demographic that WWE caters to. Those people aren't connecting with a 70-year-old man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I think it's what I said to Donovan earlier. I think the problem is because this past week SmackDown was done and finished,
I heard about this.
and he came in, saw the script, and had them rewrite the entire show when it was 2 hours until air.
yeah.
2
why?
hours?
Like
Okay.
why?
He doesn't, and I think it's just he has to still feel like he's got his finger on the button. And when he feels that slipping away, he's like, okay, no, wait.
Yeah, I can.
So
I can.
think that's the issue.
I can
but
relate to that.
I'm not
feeling
saying
in
he
my
doesn't
own
know
workplace.
what he's doing. Like, he still knows pro wrestling, but you need to let your son-in-law and let your daughter kind of do this. But
Yeah.
that's
And
just me.
Not that I want to get on a son-in-law conversation, but how fucking good is Shane right now? Like, and I don't mean good like I love him, but I just mean he's such a good heel.
He's
It's
a great heel.
incredible.
He's a great heel. I'm just I need this greatest in the world shit to stop.
But it's working, right? Like we all, he comes out and I'm just like, this fucking prick. Like this.
Yeah, no,
fucking guy.
absolutely.
Like, he's just, the crowd hates him.
That's
and then
true.
I don't know if, and we're not going to break down SmackDown this week, but Mike, you probably didn't see it. Kevin Owens is fighting Shane McMahon at SummerSlam, and if
Yeah.
Kevin Owens loses, he's got to quit.
Yeah. I've
So
seen
this-
highlights of it.
Yeah, so this week he asked Shane, you got to quit. Why don't you quit if you lose? Bro, he beat the fuck out of Kevin Owens.
He did.
Like,
Yeah.
when he did that chair spot, I couldn't believe it. Like, he flipped the table over on him and then put the chair, like Kevin Owens' head was just sticking out from the table, and he put the chair there and then fucking sprinted at the chair, jumped, landed on his back, and kicked the chair into his face.
Sprinted like Oni Shane can.
Yeah. And then, bro, he got down in Owens' face like, "You're done! You're done! You are done!" Like, freaking out.
I really like that.
I loved it.
And this is what I'm saying, like, as frustrating as this whole greatest in the world shit is for me, that he does know what he's doing. He's very, very good at this.
There's things that are easy to buy into.
Yeah. The guy headbutted his dad.
True, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. These two have met before, you know?
Touche. He did.
He did.
I would want to fuck him up too. If that's what he did to my dad. But I just want to give him another, a round of applause, whatever. Props to Shane McMahon for being able to portray the heel that he has been able to portray.
I imagine young Kevin Owens inside is having a blast working with Shane.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree
with you.
The
Indie Marks want to shit all over it. Yeah, right.
No, he's loving it.
I
Just as much as young
Absolutely.
Kevin Owens is loving
Isn't
the fact that he
SummerSlam
gets to
moment?
do a fucking
Shane McMahon
stunner
falling
every
off the
week
thing? Isn't he Steve Blackman hitting Shane?
Yeah.
At SummerSlam?
off the top of the
That was
Jumbotron
SummerSlam
thing?
2000.
Yeah.
There you go,
Yeah,
Shane.
that's my card.
Yeah, there we go, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's the Shane show. If we ever do a look back of that and
that's the
Shane
one we're
isn't
doing.
here, then we're gonna be in shit. I'm gonna get a text from
That
Shane.
is the one we're doing. Where the fuck was my invite?
Yeah, where was I? How about Nicki and Alexa winning the tag belts this week from the Iconics?
I love Nikki Cross, but
Hey,
I'm
since
not-
she's
I'm
got
not
a
mad.
belt.
I'm not mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
love
absolutely.
the Iconics more though.
I'm in agreement about Nikki finally having gold
Yeah.
because that to me is awesome.
Totally.
Um,
And I just want to touch on this stuff because we're not going to be talking about some of this when we get to the SummerSlam preview.
absolutely.
So it's probably better to do it now.
Do I like that the Iconics have dropped the belts the way they did? No. If they're going to drop the belts to anybody, they should have dropped them to Kyrie and Asuka
Yes.
because that's
The
where the
Warriors.
storyline has been built. So this Nikki and Alexa thing is just, it's more gold for Alexa.
If they lose the belts,
She joins the club.
but if they drop the belts to Asuka, like those two can have a way better match with those two Japanese ladies than
You mean
Iconics.
Alexa Bliss and Nikki are going to have a
Oh,
way
yeah.
better match against the
Oh, yeah.
Bukaki Warriors than...
the
Sorry, my bad. What was that?
Kabuki Warriors.
Sorry, my bad.
Isn't that like just as bad when you translate it?
I thought that
I
it
don't
was...
know.
Isn't Kabuki like a bad
Dude, when
thing
I
to say?
seen that it, like... No, I think it actually means something good. Because when I first seen it, I was like, this is insane. How
Donovan's just shaking
racist
his
is
head.
this name? But then somebody's like, no, it actually means something in Japan.
Well, you
It's-
can't go to Japan and say like Jap.
Well, exactly. Well, yeah, no, but I'm pretty sure... I don't want to get deep into this because I really don't know. But, like, Kabuki means something that isn't degrading of any kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I found that out, I was like, okay, all right.
Stay tuned for the second half of the show where we break that down for you.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually going to go back and actually agree that
No, I
they'll
want-
give a better match.
Totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
They can take those kicks.
But
I just didn't like
Yeah.
that they went out so fast.
no,
It
and
was
I think-
like the match, it was a fatal four-way for the belts, and the Iconics were gone in like 2 minutes.
I haven't seen the match to be honest. I just
Yeah,
got the
but
news from you.
I
I'm
think
just
the reason that
in
they did
love
it-
with Billy Kay and
Yeah.
Royce, so.
Yeah, shout out to my boy, Ty.
they've been
Locking
great.
it down.
They've been great on air characters, and to have them with the belts has been entertaining. And I'm not even a fan of them
When they've been on air.
when they've been on air. When they've been on air, that's fair.
Because
But-
I like them, just like Mike D said, but it's just they haven't really been on TV defending the title,
No.
doing much of anything.
And
So
that's the problem.
it
yeah.
probably was time. I want to give a nice shout out to the guy who was on the show last week because he blew me away when we were watching Raw. Mr. Nick Newell. He looked at me and he's like, yeah, I think Alexa and Nikki are going to win. And me being the hardcore wrestling fan, I looked over at him and I'm like, I don't think so, man. I'm like, that's probably my last pick. I'm like, I think maybe the Warriors could win. If not, the girls will probably keep their belts, defend them. I was like, I don't think they're going to win at all. Surely enough, they win. I even told him, I'm like, dude, I'll bet you $100 they're not going to win. And then they won. I looked at him, I'm like, could have been $100 richer. But, I just shout out to Nick for guessing that, being a casual fan and really being able to pick up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I'm happy to just see the titles move over and to bounce off Mike's point we already talked about, the better matches are going to be had with the other teams.
Absolutely.
So,
But now my last thing is what happens to the Iconics now? Do they just get lost in the shuffle? They've already been lost in the shuffle, but
and they're not going to go singles.
Just heat
Absolutely.
magnets.
Say that again?
Heat magnets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's bad.
that's
probably
pretty much
a fair
it. Yeah, I think
guess,
you're right.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I got a few things, but we will get to some of this stuff when we go more in depth. But I can't stand this fucking Seth Rollins storyline right now. It's horrible.
Is he still holding hands and hugging Becky Lynch?
Oh no, it's worse. I
Yeah.
could have dealt, like, as much as I was making fun of that when it was happening. Him limping out last week on Raw, bro. He walked to the ring on Raw this week, like, I don't even know. Like, he looked like he just went to the gym and his muscles were sore. Like, he wasn't really selling any specific body part.
Yeah.
And all I kept saying to the guys, because I stressed this heavy last week on the show, the amount of, did you see him getting beat up by Brock last week, Mike?
All I've seen of Seth Rollins recently is him with like
Becky. Okay,
like him with like NWO and DX and like not being a part of them, but being.
Oh, that was on the
Oh, yeah.
reunion.
and then all of a sudden they don't like the club anymore. they don't like the club now. They too sweet them all at Raw 25, and now fuck you guys.
But like Seth was like behind them.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They needed, yeah.
I just basically, so 2 weeks ago, because
I love Seth too, dude.
he got. Do you want to go there, Don?
No, but
That's something
even
else.
in that, like, I was thinking about that, man. Like, the club could probably kick all their asses. Other
Fuck
than
yeah.
Triple H might put up a fight, but like the rest of them, these guys aren't. You know what I
No,
mean?
Road
What's
Dogg
believable
and
about that,
fucking-
you know? Like,
Yeah.
What is, like, they're not going to be able to do anything.
What's Scott Hall right now? Ain't Razor from '96. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
just
the only
saying.
ones is Nash and Triple H would be believable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. Which
absolutely.
would be a sweet though. Them against that would be sick.
Diesel and fucking Hunt. Yeah.
I'd watch that against the club.
But yeah, no, I stressed last week about how Seth Rollins, and this is what I wanted to tell you because you hadn't seen it. 2 weeks ago, Brock beat the fuck out of him, bro. Like, put a chair up like this and F5'd him onto the chair like that.
Yeah.
And then got in a stretcher, got it inside the ambulance. The ambulance was driving away, and Brock like steps in front of the ambulance and like bangs on it, and then tells him to stop. Goes around, opens the ambulance, pulls Seth out. And the stretcher was like this, horizontal. Again, another F5. He beat the shit out of him. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually cracked a rib or something like that because he landed right on metal.
It was a good beatdown.
Yeah,
It was.
but all I kept saying was, if Seth Rollins is not selling this next week on Raw, then what the fuck is the point of doing this?
And he didn't. Well,
I mean, he came out, like I said, limping like he had just went to the gym and his muscles were sore. All I said to the guys when we're all watching Raw was, what am I supposed to expect that that's what Seth Rollins has been walking around all week? Like, he gets off the couch and walks to take a piss and that's what he looks like? Because why is he walking like that right now? At least, like, maybe put him in a wheelchair and show him, like, standing up out of the wheelchair, and then maybe it's like, oh, okay, he was in a wheelchair. Because for me, again, it always goes back to buying in.
Yeah.
I can't buy into that because I know that's not how you've been walking around for a week. Like, it's not like Raw just takes place immediately after Raw. It's
Right.
like there is a week where you go home and, you know, have fun with Becky and do your stuff. And, you know what I mean? Like, you have a life outside of this place, so acknowledge that. You know what I mean? But we'll talk more Seth and stuff later. Should I bring up Goldberg? Delphi? I just want to talk about the segment, not the match.
okay.
More just like the final segment of SmackDown and how they got me. I had no idea.
No, I don't. Okay. If anybody will say, oh, I knew it was going to be Goldberg, they are full of shit.
No.
I mean,
Nobody knew.
the only thing I would say is if there's people that had a hunch, because Dolph was dropping lines every week about how shitty that match with Undertaker was. Like,
oh, you
that,
know what? It didn't even dawn on me.
So that was a consistent thing, but I thought it was shooting. Like, I thought Dolph was just shooting on Goldberg, saying, like, that match was shit. You should have never come back. Like, which that match was shit, and we won't talk about it here. But
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I guess I must have just missed it all because I did like the segment with
Yeah.
Shawn and Miz and
I genuinely
You know?
thought it was Shawn, though. I'm not trying to say I was one of these people that was thinking it was Goldberg. I just, if somebody said it to me before, like, I would have probably told them, like, yeah, no, that's not real, though. That's not
Yeah.
storyline. That's like, you
I'm
know.
kind of, I think, and I
Sean's
don't,
not coming back for Ziggler, bro.
yeah, and see, this is the point
I
I was just
didn't-
about to make.
I didn't think so either, but then when
But-
he walked over to him, I
Yeah.
bought in for a good 30 seconds until Shawn's like, it's not me. It's all fucking dumb Shawn looking all
Hey, whoa,
stupid.
whoa, whoa.
Hold on, back
That's-
up.
That's the goat right there, bro.
I don't care. Shawn walks, I don't want to get into it right now.
I think my whole
He
thing
doesn't
was,
do himself a lot of justice the way he acts.
What about my theory? Did you tell people what I thought when because I didn't watch Raw and I seen like a thumbnail and it was a picture of Goldberg and there and it was like a slash of some other stuff and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Goldberg was on Raw? And then I thought about this whole Roman Reigns storyline, how like things have been falling on him and
Cars
have
getting
been
crashed
hitting
into him.
And I'm like, Goldberg attacked Roman Reigns. It's going to be Goldberg and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's what I thought in my
Spear
head.
versus this. Maybe they'll go to spear each other and get
that's-
two concussions at the same
Oh my
time. They'll just
God.
hit heads. No? Is that bad? Sorry.
That's what I thought. You know what I mean?
I think I'm going to agree with Mike. I think I always knew it wasn't going to be Shawn because Shawn's not going to come out of retirement for one match against Ziggler. That's nothing to crap on Ziggler. I love the guy. He's a great wrestler, and he you know, but it's not gonna. If it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be two people. It's gonna be AJ or it's gonna be Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's true.
That's me.
There wasn't not one iota, like one cell in your body that thought like, oh, maybe it will be Ziggler because of the fact that Ziggler rips off Shawn and he acts so much like Shawn and his character's similar to.
I just thought it was a really interesting way to get Shawn on air. And it was a great storyline. Shawn did really well. I mean, I don't want to talk about the
Shawn
shaved
Michaels?
head. I don't want to talk about the shaved head because I can't.
Shawn Michaels? This guy? Sorry, my hat's covering my eyebrows right now.
I can't. But I can't even look at you when you're like that. Oh,
It
fuck.
could be that NXT hat that he wears, though, because I have one of those, and the beak is fucking
No, I know what it
garbage.
is, and I'm not actually, dude. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just being funny. I know what it is. He's self-conscious about his eye, and that's why anytime he's ever been on WWE TV since that happened, his hat is super low, and he just tries to cover it up. I don't blame him. It's like if I had that too, I probably.
Okay, wait a minute. This is something I didn't even know about.
Yeah, his
The
lazy.
Shawn
eye.
Michaels eye.
Oh.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, you knew
Okay.
about.
No,
okay.
No,
but that's he.
I'm just watching.
He's
I can't believe I'm recording that. That's crazy.
well, you know, it's but it's something he's done, and I don't, like I said, I would probably do it too, but I was just kind of being funny with tilting my hat all the way down because every time I look at him, you can't see him. It's all shadow and then beard.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true.
But anyway,
We're just used to HBK and the fucking tassels and shit.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't want to see Shawn in a match again without hair. I'm
I'm the same way.
Yeah, you know, I can't. I'm not like Kurt Angle.
But
I'm
going there. So like when I was watching the segment,
You're like, oh.
I'm like, am I gonna get to see Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam? Like, do I get to hear "Sexy Boy" on the fucking speakers and Shawn dancing around? Like,
but I think we all still have like as diehard fans of his, and I will always be a Mark and forever. But I think I have PTSD from that from that tag match.
I'm the same. Didn't they have him with hair on the poster?
I don't
swear.
remember.
Probably.
You know you couldn't fool this out.
But-
we have Wi-Fi in the shed now. I need to fact check that.
Probably.
I swear that they did, bro.
Yeah.
I just it's not. It was really rough to watch. Like
I
Cain was
agree
not in shape.
completely.
Hunter was off his game that night. I don't know what the hell was going on. Taker looked rough, and Shawn
He didn't want to be there.
He didn't want to
anyways.
be doing this.
Yeah.
But he took a paycheck, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm the
unfortunate
same.
because
Yeah,
he was the
I
one
agree.
guy who was really sticking to his guns. You know what I mean? After
Absolutely.
he lost the match to Taker.
He wasn't going to do it.
And
He should.
I don't
want
want to look at that picture. Don't make me look at that
No,
picture.
Exactly.
I wish he did, Mike, but unfortunately, no. He's wearing the cowboy hat covering the eyes.
Thank
Okay.
God.
covering the eyes. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't have anything against the eyes. It's just that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got to be honest, though. You know what makes that match better?
That it'll be quick.
No. The tag at Crown Jewel. Do you know what makes that match a little bit better in some weird kind of way?
What?
How fucking bad that Undertaker Goldberg match was. Because whenever I think about people coming back to fight in Saudi for money, that's the one that I'm going to think of now before I think about that tag.
That's
team
true.
match.
True.
Okay, I will give you
You know what I
that.
mean? And don't get me wrong, that isn't like this is a great dance. It's just that match was so bad that it almost.
One thing I wanted to say about that match is because I haven't really had a chance to talk to you guys about it. My favorite part about the Goldberg Taker match, though, was the very end.
Taker's face.
When after Taker pinned him and Taker sat up and the camera, I don't think the camera should have been on Taker because he looked,
Oh yeah, he was.
I've never seen a look like that on him. He looked so pissed off. He's like, thank God this is over. And he was probably lucky to be alive.
And that was the only reason he had a match at fucking Extreme or whatever paper. Was it Extreme Rules?
Yeah, so that he could wash the
Yeah, to
taste
wash
out of his
the
mouth.
stank.
He could get that out of his mouth. And
Which
get,
is why Goldberg's doing this.
Yeah, you're
let's
only
be
as good
honest.
as your last one.
Exactly. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm curious. Like he's obviously, and I don't want to make this a long conversation, but he's obviously going to fight somebody at WrestleMania this year.
Bill.
Taker.
Oh, Taker?
No, Bill's done. I think
Yeah,
after
the rematch. You're getting the Taker Bill rematch, buddy.
Nobody
It's
wants
WrestleMania.
that.
That's what you're getting.
I just don't want Sting. and Undertaker. Like, because they teased that like a month ago. They posted a picture of them.
Sting wrestle?
I think
People,
Sting's done.
people legit wrote on the comments, WWE, please stop.
Yeah,
I seen them tease it.
Yeah,
It's just like, guys.
Sting. You're not going to see Sting back in the ring. You'll see him for like a cheap pop here and there, maybe, but he's not.
Yeah,
he can't.
That's Seth's fault, right?
Not
No?
really.
I don't want to say it's Seth's fault.
touchy
I'm
topic.
just fucking around. I'm trying to
But-
get a laugh out of the boys.
I think it's.
Sting's young, so
Oh no, yeah. That move is dangerous anyway. That buckle bomb thing. He doesn't do it much anymore, if
No.
at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy how Rollins' moveset's kind of like changed and then come back. And no, you can't do the curb stomp. Now you can do the curb stomp again and
Do the pedigree.
Do the pedigree and
he's got the Matt Jackson turnbuckle bomb. He's got the Omega V trigger.
True. Yes, he has
He's
jacked
got-
a couple of the boys' moves.
Yeah,
that's true.
he's taking quite a few of them.
wow, I never really picked up on that.
He's got the Finn Balor sling blade.
He does do the sling blade.
That's
a lot.
really true.
He does. Yeah, he does. I've noticed that. He
Stop
definitely
stop doing this because I'm not a huge Seth guy anymore. But you're not making me
I love Seth.
like
He's
him
good.
any more than I don't know. I like I like that
Oh,
Seth.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll just say this now.
Wow.
Then maybe like I wish it was. It's probably not, but I wish they did something where it was maybe like Seth attacking Roman, doing all this fucked up shit, and build it like over time. Later. I
Yeah.
don't want to find out till later.
I just want a fully built story.
Yeah.
Just like you're saying, I don't want it rushed. I don't, and that's why finding out on SmackDown that it was
Rikishi.
that it was
He
Rowan.
came back a
it's
couple
like,
weeks
That's what
ago.
I said.
Oh
He
my
came back a
God.
couple weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, it was quiche.
Yeah, Rikishi. And we didn't talk about that. Yeah, the whole finding out that, Buddy Murphy was I guess he seen Rowan doing the stuff to Roman and Roman beat up Buddy a little bit in the
Yeah.
locker room.
They
and
should
kinda-
have a match, Buddy Murphy and Roman.
Roman's just-
That'd be a good match, man.
Totally, but like, hey, how
Yeah.
much of a douchebag was he in that segment? All right, everybody out. Just walks in like, fuck you, buddy. This isn't your locker room. You get your own goddamn room.
He's the leader.
I don't know. It was just weird when he's like, all right, everybody get the fuck out. Like,
No, what was weird was his reaction, as if like Rowan and Brian are his friends. Like he looked so puzzled. Like
oh yeah.
he was like, Rowan. Like, why was he? That's what I didn't get. I'm like, why is he like? It's not like it was fucking Dean Ambrose or something. You know what I mean? He was very confused. Like I'm like, what?
yeah,
didn't get
that didn't work. Yeah,
Yeah, there was none of this going on. No,
Not
he
at
was.
Why?
I think we should transition there, Donnie Whiskey Don,
Yeah.
into I don't have a sound effect, but some New Japan G1 Climax stuff,
Yeah,
and then Mike D can get his thoughts, and Shane
Yeah,
too, and maybe me and Shane will do more listening in this segment. But
I'll definitely be listening.
but yeah, I'm curious. Give us the Pro Wrestling look back. This is a little
Back.
southern. The look back
Who's leading right now? Because I've been
at the
touch.
G1 Classic.
I've been working-
So
working
on the A
midnights.
block, we got Okada in the lead with 14 points, and he's a lot of people are kind of, I think, favoring him to maybe
Where's Ibushi?
win. Right under him with 12. So yeah, it only takes one win for Ibushi to tie with him.
Have they fought yet?
I think that match is on Saturday, so that's going to be interesting, right? Because that's really
That's probably
It
who's-
determines a
it's-
lot,
It's one of
right?
those two. If it's not like Moxley, yeah, but I don't think they would give it to Moxley, to be honest. Not in the G1. That's important for them.
well. So
Where's he?
Moxley is on the other
B
side,
block, yeah.
so and he's leading on that side. He's got 10, but behind him
Is Zach and Will?
is Jay White with 8. You know what I mean? Ishii's got 8 as well. Goto's got 8. Naito's got 8. So these are guys that are kind of.
Where's Will Ospreay and Zach?
So Will
'Cause
Ospreay.
They had a teardown match.
Yes. Ospreay's. See, everyone's not really that far apart in points, and it only takes 2 points to. You go up 2 points
Is
every
he
time.
still
right?
junior champion?
Ospreay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
In the G1 heavyweight tournament.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
good.
he
No, that's good. I'm
you
just
know,
saying that's cool.
yeah.
That's cool thing to
bulked
do.
up a bit, and
WWE could learn from that though.
No,
You
they-
mix the guys.
even the whole point system, I think, right?
That's what I was gonna ask. Sorry to pipe in here for a second. But
Yeah.
so when you say like 8, is that 8 wins or is that points you get for a win?
You get 2 points
2 points win.
per win.
So do you get like a 1 point for
No.
anything? No.
If you,
Okay, I didn't know if
it
it's,
goes to a time limit draw, then you get 1 point.
Okay, but
Yeah.
rare does that happen?
Rare.
Okay. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So yeah, right now it looks like, a lot. It could be Ibushi and Moxley, maybe it could be Okada and Moxley. It could be Jay. I think it could be like even Jay White and Okada, because
So
they did
Ibushi and Okada are in the same one, same block.
correct, and they are going to be fighting on Saturday night, and
Winner of
that's-
that one takes it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, what do you know? What happens exactly? What happens if they tie
How many foreigners have won the G1?
Kenny
Yeah.
and Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, only
Maybe
Kenny.
someone back in the day. If we
Yeah.
don't
Jay
know.
White didn't win before. I don't know.
No,
Just
He got what Kenny was gonna get.
hey, you guys. I like Jay White. Neither one of you guys are big
I don't mind.
fans of him.
He's a good wrestler. We just watched him as a young boy on the side. We can't say nothing.
That's true.
he's got me as like
He's good
as
though.
a heel. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not
we don't like him because we don't like him.
I think I kind of like him because, like, I think the second time I ever saw him was in person
Yeah.
when me and
With
you
the
went to
US
ROH.
belt, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like, this is kind of cool because I know this guy's probably going to be something, and now he's been an
He messed up
IWGP
Kenny,
champion.
eh? He's messed up. He messed up Kenny all the time in New Japan. He's always beating him all the time.
Oh,
Switchblade.
really? Yeah, I guess they knew that Kenny was leaving, and they were kind of thinking this is our next Gaijin guy, right?
Mhm.
Gaijin guy, is that a thing? I don't know.
I think that's like
Yeah, that's the term for I just meant Gaijin guy.
Yeah, the guy to kind of take the lead after Kenny, right? Being a
Mhm.
foreigner. But so with all this being said, now we're down to the wire. There's only like 3 nights left of matches.
Shit.
So Moxley's only lost a couple throughout the tournament.
Tanahashi's not in. Where's Tanahashi?
So Tanahashi's in there. He's at 8. But
On
so
the
here's
Used to
the
be a
thing.
lot of guys with 8.
I'll let
A
you.
block?
Yeah. So here's the thing.
A block Tanahashi.
On A block, here's what it is. We got Okada at the top. We got Ibushi, and then the following guys have 8 points. We got Sonata. We got Kenta. We got Tanahashi, and we got Evil. And then under that with 6 points, we got Ospreay, Fale, and Zack Sabre Jr. And Lance Archer. Sorry, but Lance Archer's got 4. My bad. But yeah, so I mean, right now as it stands, like even Kenta kind of could creep up, win his next couple matches, and maybe he's in the running.
Did you watch him in Osprey?
No, I watched Kenta and Okada. I watched Kenta and Ibushi. Kenta, he's been putting on like wicked matches in New Japan. And Kenta is what was his
Hideo
WWE?
Itami.
Hideo Itami.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the name he had before he came over, and then he's using it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Has he slimmed down at all since last time?
a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I
You know
figured
what
he would
dude,
going over there and working in a fucking dojo and shit.
He's
There's no way. Because remember, you got to admit, I've been the one been hard on him, but he was looking a little pudgy there by the end of his WWE days.
Oh, I don't give a shit what you look like.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, to each his own. Maybe.
Kevin Owens my favorite, bro.
Fair enough.
That's a good comeback.
So, with all this being said, now, yeah, we're down to the wire. I'm kind of gonna say my prediction might be. I think honestly, Okada could end up winning the whole thing, like even though he's the champion. And I was reading. I didn't know this. I wasn't aware because I was wondering what happens if the champion wins, right? But supposedly, if he wins, he gets to pick his opponent. at Wrestle
because
Kingdom.
me and you talked about that a bunch. Like in the sense we didn't know what would happen.
And
Well, that would be interesting then.
That would
Yeah.
be cool. Has that ever happened? Do you know, Mike?
No, I
Not
don't.
that you know.
I just want Ibushi to win because that's probably the reason he's not with the boys in AEW, so he can get his dream of winning. It's like a WWE title.
Yeah, for
Right,
him, of course,
okay.
of course. And he's never won the IWGP
I'm
heavyweight.
pretty sure in an interview Kenny said that. That's why he's not here. He's like he's got to relive his dream of
fuck, I hope so.
That's
Yeah,
sick,
dude.
though. And
That's-
that makes a lot of
that's awesome,
sense.
though.
Ibushi and Okada would be and for the title too with
Yeah.
time.
At the main event of fucking Kingdom. Man, I hope I can watch that this year. It's always on a fucking weekday. I hate it.
Yeah, like right before the Rumble, right? It's a little bit
Yeah,
before
it's
the
always
Rumble usually.
what's the first?
Yeah,
It's
okay,
always
yeah.
on January 1st, right, Mike?
I don't know if it's the first, but I think it was January 4th or something.
Oh, okay,
right
my
in the-
bad. Yeah. But
So
it's
right
always
near
in-
the beginning.
Yeah.
They do it like regular school.
But I've only watched one of them live, start to finish, and it was the one Jericho Omega won at your house, and that was dope.
Yes.
That was really, really good.
Yeah. That match was amazing.
So,
Any
we got 3 nights left of matches before we get to the 2 finalists facing each other, and it's interesting because on the other side, it's definitely going to probably be Moxley or Jay White. That's what I honestly believe. Especially like Moxley's only lost 2 matches. One was a fucky finish where he got counted out, and the other one he lost clean to Jay White. Well, not clean. He got there was some heel tactics
I
involved.
love what he's been doing with Shota.
Mox,
With the young
the
lion.
he's
so funny.
and that's the same guy that he beat at
I know
that,
he
that
kicked
one
the
pip,
shit out of
which
him,
is great.
and then picked
Like,
him up and was helping him to the back. That was awesome.
So the story here is that there was a young boy who Moxley fought in an opening match on a
Shota
New Japan.
Umino. Shota Umino.
Okay.
on a pay-per-view. He beat him, and now this young boy is like his role is he's Moxley's belt carrier. You know what I mean? So Moxley has the U.S. title, and when he comes out through the crowd or wherever the hell he pops up from, because he still comes out of really random places in the arenas there, and he's got this same guy that he beat the crap out of. Now that's his young boy. That's the guy who carries the title for him, and it's cool.
That's
It's
pretty
a cool
sick.
little tie-in. Yeah,
Like he actually physically carries the title for him?
yeah, like
That's
a like a
awesome.
box, like like a box.
Didn't he say to
That's
him, "You're
dope.
supposed to be coming up for shit for me to say and shit"?
Yeah. And he does
in the
with the
post
promos.
conference.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Sorry, I'm dying right now. That was
Moxley's been killing it in those backstage.
having a sip of a drink, but wow, that's awesome.
yeah, and I want to say like all his matches have been fucking.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal,
how was
man,
him and
like-
Ishii? I gotta see that one.
It was wicked because Moxley he brings that chaotic kind of
He's looking big too.
Yeah,
He's looking big, man.
hardcore elements to matches, and he's throwing different kind of strikes. I noticed like with the elbows and the knees, and it's a very like different style, and but it's good, man. I love it. I'd like to see him and maybe
Him and Okada would be good too, man.
Yeah. And I said to you though that I didn't think he would be in the finals because of his ties with AEW, and I think that AEW and NJPW do people call it NJPW? I need to know that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I always say that, but I didn't know if that was
Kevin
like
Kelly
a thing.
does when he says like
Yeah.
NJPW World or whatever.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I you know what I mean.
Yeah, so we shall see what happens in the next over the next kind of weekend. We'll get a more clear picture of what's going on.
How many more weeks till it wraps up? Like, will we
so-
be getting another
Yeah, well,
update next week on the roundtable?
well, there's something going on tonight. If you're listening, it's already passed.
Okay.
And that would be Jay White's match with Juice Robinson.
Whoop whoop.
That would be Moxley's match with Goto. That would be Cobb's match with Naito. So there's a few matches that take place already, right? And then on the Saturday, we got another set of matches. Sunday, we got another set, and that's it. So we're down to the last 3 nights, really.
Shit.
So all these matches have a lot of meaning to them as far as
What's Juice's record points?
Juice's
How's
record.
he doing? I'm curious.
He's down there in the 6-point
That's all right.
range. Yeah.
I told you every time I think about him, I feel bad because the one time when I asked him, I asked him to take a picture of me and Tennille, and then
Oh.
and then some other girl like kind of was like, oh no, like, and she grabbed my phone. She's like, I'll do it, because I didn't like, I knew he was a wrestler, but I didn't know like fully. I didn't know the significance of him, and he is pretty good and pretty well known. So
You didn't watch him at all when he was in NXT? I
No.
thought that was kind of
Sick match with KO.
yeah, no, I like we watched on the Kevin Owens show that we did the roundtable, but Mike D was here. I want to say early 40s, late 30s roundtable, something like that. The Kevin Owens show. Go back and check it out. Wicked episode of the roundtable too for anybody listening, and not a roundtable that is kind of stamped to a specific date and time.
Yeah.
You can go back and listen to that episode at any point, just like you do almost. I mean, you can do that with any episode, but you can do that just like you would listen to one of our lookbacks.
which I listened to. That's a good episode. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Yes, good to have you back, Mike. You too, Shane. Not forgetting about you. Shane's our
It's
pay-per-view.
all good.
Shane's here for the pay-per-view preview, which is coming soon.
Yeah.
I like the G1 Climax update, and I want to hear more next week if you are here, Don. If not, then the following week.
Yeah, I believe next week post SummerSlam we're gonna try and arrange some stuff. So
Something.
We'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
absolutely.
We will definitely get something. In the meantime, before we get to our SummerSlam preview, you know what time it is. Another good one. I don't know how much you guys care, but I do this every week, so I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Absolutely.
70 lap fight in this one. This was like fucking fighting the whole time. And it was, sorry, let me get that there for you, Mike D. Max Verstappen. So I think I talked about him a little bit last week with Newell. This guy's 21. He's been in Formula One since he was 17, 18 years old. So already spent a lot of time in the sport. He's won races. His dad was an F1 driver, but don't take that as, the reason why he's there. But he got his first pole this weekend, which is kind of crazy to have somebody who's won races in Formula One be around as long as he has and never get a pole position. I mean, it has a lot to do with the fact that he's at Red Bull and he's not really in one of the top teams like Mercedes and Ferrari. But the track they're at this weekend in Hungary is one of the more, I talked about it again last week, similar to Monaco in the sense that it's very tight and twisty and there isn't a lot of straightaways and a lot of opportunities where you're full throttle to maximize your power. You're more maximizing the aero on your car and the mechanical grip that you can get from that and the aerodynamic grip. But yeah, so that was awesome to see Max get his first pole. But then Lewis and Max, and I'll just get to this and then I'll talk about some of the other stuff in the race, but Lewis and Max literally fought for 70 laps. It was insane. And we don't always get that in races. I talked about the race. I mean, we've been lucky in the last 4 races, but the race when I was in New York and France, you get some dud races that are kind of boring and And then the last 4, we had, the crazy race in Germany, the wild one in Austria with Max winning. Max wins again in Germany. It's been a wild collection of 4 races after having such a boring race in France. Anyway, these two fought all the way down the 70-lap race. I want to say Lewis passed him on lap 67 to take the lead. And you don't always get these battles for the lead. You'll get nice battles in the race, but they're happening lower down in the order and fighting for 10th, fighting for points, lower teams trying to get some points. What they basically did was they were on different tire strategies, and I want to say with about 25 laps to go, Lewis's team called him in. And he's like, why you call me in? So he came in, got new tires, and he came back out, and he's like, what's the gap? And they're like, 21 seconds or so. Yeah. And then he's sitting there like, I don't think I can do this, guys. And he does a few laps. He's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And they're doing the math, and they're calculating. The commentators are like, oh, well, if he keeps up this pace and he gets to here, he should pass him with 2 laps to go. And I'm sitting there watching, holy fuck, like this is going to be crazy. Needless to say, we get down to 3-4 laps to go. Lewis has now caught Max, because if you're a second and a half quicker over the course of 15 to 20 laps, then you're gonna slowly, every lap, all of a sudden you're on his ass. So Lewis makes the pass with 3 laps to go, and Max, I mean, there was kind of nothing they could do. If Red Bull would have pitted, they're surrendering their race position, their track position, sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. So when you're in a track, like I said, where it's hard to pass, very tight and twisty, you don't want to lose your track position. You'd rather stay out on track, risk him trying to pass you, because then he still physically has to pass you. Whereas if you pit, then you've let him pass you by pitting. So it was kind of a risky thing, and Red Bull wasn't too disappointed in the end. They finished with second place. Lewis kind of was up there in first. I was happy to see Lewis win again, because he hasn't had a win in the last couple. And then Sebastian Vettel again with the struggling Ferraris. I know we talked about it when you were here and every time you've been on. And I don't know if Mike, if you've been here since I've been doing the update on the F1 update on the show, but Ferrari struggles again, man. If you told me, I said it last week, if you told me at the beginning of the year that we'd be to 11, 12 races into the season and Ferrari would not have a win, I'd tell you you're fucking crazy. There's no way. First of all, they were the fastest car in in open season, early season testing. So for them not to win a race is crazy. Don't get me wrong, they do have a young driver, Charles Leclerc, only his second year in Formula One, who they called up, which is not typical of Ferrari to be calling up somebody so young. Their saying has always been, we hire champions, we don't make champions. So it's kind of just, I don't know, weird, but they did it, and I don't know. I got to give it to my dad, man. The boys need to figure it out. They got to win a race, and I think the 2 races that they have a good shot at winning are Monza, which is Italy coming up, and Spa, which will be the weekend before that. And that's just because of straight line speed. The Ferrari has the straight line speed. They're a little bit quicker than a lot of the other cars in a straight line. So those tracks being more power dependent, I think Monza's like 60% flat out or something the whole way. So it's just a speed track. They'll do very well. Sorry to be so long-winded, but other little points from the race. Toro Rosso, 2 Honda, Toro Rosso, kind of the lower Red Bull team. These guys battled it out, went side by side, literally side by side for 4 turns in a row. It was incredible. And just, you're driving a car worth so much that goes so fast, to not touch your teammate, not bump, but also give him room is just awesome to see, because it's just respectful racing from 2 teammates that are in the exact same fucking car. So you're bound to be close to each other on track unless your skill level is way different when you're driving the same car. Other thing, best of the rest, McLaren once again. Fucking how about a turnaround, man? They dropped that Honda engine 2 years ago, which Honda's turned it around now, and they're doing well with Red Bull. But McLaren has really turned their season around and kind of become that 4th best team. And Carlos Sainz, McLaren driver, this guy is running away with the F2 or F1.5 is kind of what they call it, because those top 3 teams kind of run away with the top spots, and then everybody else kind of competes for 4th place. This guy's running away with 7th place as far as, two drivers per team. Like I said, more struggles for Ferrari. Gasly over at Red Bull, this guy needs to go. His fucking teammate Max is the guy I was talking about battling it out with Lewis.
Yeah.
And this guy's down in 7th and 8th place and DNFing, and you're driving the same fucking car that's winning races, and you can't even get on the podium. So I'm sorry, But maybe you just need to go back down to Toro Rosso, which is the team I was just talking about, and kind of where he was last year and learn more before you get called up to Red Bull. But that's just my opinion. They've stated that they're not replacing him before the end of the season. We'll see. Right now is the summer break. I'm going to get into that in a second here, but who knows? He may not be back after the summer break. As far as being back on Red Bull, I do not know. Like I said, 4 really good races. I'm anybody who's enjoyed this part of the Pro Wrestling Look Back, and maybe you enjoy the F1 update, maybe you don't. I don't know. But if you do, head over to YouTube, maybe watch some of the highlights from some of these races. Because if you haven't watched it and it's something new to see, then it might get you invested in watching more racing. And like I said, the fact that these last 4 races have been so good, it's a good time to kind of get in and maybe watch a few of them. I know I keep trying to get Donovan to come over on a Sunday, but getting Donovan here on a Sunday at 7:30 to watch some racing, I think I'm going to be trying for a bit, but I'm not going to stop. You can come too, Shane, if you want, by all means. No, maybe not. Mike?
Maybe.
Mike, maybe?
Maybe.
I work Sundays.
That's okay. All right. Bottas, another struggle at Mercedes. Fuck, man. My mom loves him. I cheer for him because my mother's a big fan.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to be at Mercedes next year. I hope he is because I like him. But the guy who would be replacing him, I like more. Esteban Ocon used to be on a different team. Long story. Not going to get into it now. But yeah, Bottas needs to kind of really pick it up if he wants to keep that Mercedes seat, because when you're driving the best car on the grid, the car with the most wins and the car that Lewis Hamilton, the championship leader, is driving, you should be competing with Lewis and you should be winning more races and doing better than he is. But like I said, summer break, 3 weeks off. I'm still going to be doing the F1 update on the show, but it's going to be very short. I'm going to do probably like a 5 to maybe even 10 minutes, doubt it. Just talking a little bit about silly season and kind of where drivers could end up by the end of the season going forward and that kind of stuff. The next race after that, after the summer break, is August 30th to September 1st. It's the Belgium race in Spa. And yeah, like I said, shortened up for an update for the next couple weeks, but I'm sure I'll be previewing Spa going forward. Thank you for listening to the F1 update. All right, boys, I think if it's all good, I think we should maybe get into SummerSlam Preview.
Absolutely.
All right, we're back. We're going to do a little bit of an NXT shortened preview before we get to the SummerSlam, but don't worry, the SummerSlam Preview is coming. Shane,
all right, awesome.
you want to start us off with the NXT card? We're going to get some thoughts and maybe some predictions.
All right, so we've got, let's up first, NXT Tag Team Championship match, the Street Profits versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. What do we think?
I think it'll be a good match no matter what.
Absolutely.
No matter who wins. I think the in-ring bell-to-bell stuff is going to be good with those 4 guys.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a good match. I have to admit, I haven't really seen a lot from the Street Profits.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm with you too, man. I've seen more Street Profits on Monday Night Raw than I have anywhere else. I saw the very early Street Profits on NXT, like with the stirring it up and stuff. Early on, but I haven't seen some of their later stuff. But we watched it kind of in our little break before part 2 on the roundtable. That promo that they did with Kurt Angle last week or this week,
hilarious,
was amazing. Yeah, was hilarious great. And just on point. Very, very.
I got to give
well
Kurt
done.
a lot of credit for just because he just looked so great during the entire promo,
Yeah.
just standing there.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Well, they're headlining it as a grudge match: Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai.
Mike D.
Yeah, go Candice.
Yeah.
Get some thoughts. Why? Come on, we talked about this in the post or the pre or the.
Yeah, she's the best. She should have been getting pushed a long time ago.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I completely agree.
How long till she's competing for that title?
I don't know. She should have had it.
Yeah.
We've all seen that match with the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I've seen the one with Adam Cole too. Fuck, is that the same match?
Different one.
Yeah, that one's even more fucked.
She's the only girl that goes to PWG. So
I'd like to see her
that.
eventually brought up
Yeah.
to the main roster.
have you watched-
She's wrestled Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Have you watched a lot of her stuff outside of it?
Yes.
Like pre, I figured. I
Yeah.
just didn't know for sure. We never.
She needs to. She needs more. Like even when they had her in the Rumble earlier this year, they wasted her.
Yep.
She was in the ring for like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Or maybe longer than that. But
I know for a fact that the girls that are wrestling watched her on the indies for sure.
absolutely,
They
they
were
did.
definitely excited when she was hired and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she should have been getting used. But Gargano's getting used fairly, so I'm sure the paychecks are coming right in.
For that family. That's either way they're getting money in that house.
They are.
That's for sure. But yeah, no, I want to see Candice do well.
Okay, this is the one that I'm looking forward to the most. North American Championship Triple Threat. Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong. This match is probably going to steal the show.
You think so?
I 100%. I think the reason, though, is because as great as Cole and Gargano will be, we know they're going to give us a great match.
Mm-hmm.
It's tired.
You think so?
We've seen it.
I just feel triple threats, to me personally, are tough to have as show stealers.
They are, and I actually agree with you, but I just think with these three, you've got, like, magic.
Yeah.
Especially in Dunne. Dunne's going to just, like, he's going to go balls to the wall.
Yeah, he is amazing, but I got to be honest, I want to see Velveteen win. I want to see this continue.
I can't wait to see Pete Dunne get his back broken from Roderick Strong, to be honest.
Are you thinking more Roddy that might come out with the win then? Or
I hope Roddy is. I'm excited to see what kind of gear Velveteen rocks. I know I seen him on a live house show loop, and he was coming out like Bret Hart. So maybe
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe we'll see some of that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true too.
The other
he's
thing,
doing the thing with the glasses.
Yeah.
And all that
The other thing with this card that I have to admit with this triple threat is, especially after their match at the last Takeover, I can't remember when it was, to not have Tyler Breeze on the card. Him and Velveteen had a kick-ass match. That match was so good.
I heard something, and don't quote me on this because I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I heard something on NXT. Fandango came out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And they're fighting somebody? Or did that
But it's
already
not on
happen?
We get the hour before Takeover. There's
the pre-NXT, the show that happens the week after.
Which is the finals of the newcomer tournament, which is ACH versus Trevor Lee, which is pretty sick for me.
Gotcha, yeah. Well, I've heard you talk about that. I didn't even know this Trevor Lee guy was in NXT, but I've heard you talk about that name forever.
Is great. ACH is good, man.
You have to show me some of his stuff because the name kind of rings a bell, but Trevor Lee, I know I've heard, and maybe it was Younger too. Shout out to Young. I don't know, but I know I've heard that name Trevor Lee before.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
So who are we going with?
They go by different names now, though. Those two guys.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe that's why I didn't realize he was in NXT.
Cameron Grimes, I think, is Trevor Lee, and I can't remember ACH's name.
Sorry, Shane. I know you're moving to the next one.
Sorry.
It's so weird how they go through stages where it's like, okay, we got to change everybody's name. And then it's like, all right, no, we don't need to change anybody's name. And then they go back. Now we need to change everybody's name again. Yeah. It's just, it's not that I prefer one or the other. It's just kind of pick one.
I think sometimes, depending on who it is, too. You know, sometimes.
Like, totally.
I completely agree.
You know what I mean? Because, like, if you look at Matt Riddle and, what's his face? His name is Damian Priest. What's his name? The tall dude from ROH. I can't remember his
Punishment Martinez.
Yes.
Oh, is that his name, Damian Priest? I see. I didn't even know that in WWE.
He's good, man. He's good.
And I saw him again back at that ROH show that we went to in 2017. I seen him. That was the first time I ever saw that guy or heard about him was live in person. So, shout out to that.
Yeah. No, and I think they, not the same time, but kind of around the same ballpark time kind of came in.
I would have hated if Adam Cole didn't come to WWE as Adam Cole.
Well, that's what I mean. Or Kevin. Well, I guess Kevin Owens did get changed, but, you know, other people have had their...
I can't,
No one from Undisputed Era changed their name.
No?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No.
There you go. And yeah, I was going to ask for Roddy, but he's in there too. And Pete Dunne, obviously, was Pete Dunne before he came around. A lot of these guys that start out in those tournaments, I feel like, don't change their names because...
Not normally.
They're not all signed yet.
Yeah, the UK guys have a weird deal.
Yeah,
they work mad indie shows.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And I love the whole Evolve thing, how that's kind of become NXT in a way. Like, because NXT is not, like, it is developmental, but it's not anymore. Evolve is kind of more where they send, like, the Street Profits. Were they not the tag team champions in Evolve for a few months before?
Yeah, but they're a WWE product, I think.
From day one,
I think they're PC guys,
Yeah, which that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
There's not too many of them left.
No. I want to see our boy Hurdy go down there, but he's killing it in the hockey game. So this guy's, he's got the charisma, man. I told him from day one. I was like, that's got to be the backup plan.
So who are we picking in that triple threat?
I'm going to be biased and pick Roderick Strong.
I'm going to go with Velveteen.
I'm saying Roddy, but that's because I think the Era's taking all the gold.
I really want Dunne to win, but I'm going with Rod.
Yeah.
So then we've got NXT Women's Championship, Shayna versus Mia Yim.
I like Mia Yim. I can't speak too much because I haven't watched a lot of NXT, but I don't know enough about her to think that she should be in this spot.
But I completely agree. Yeah, I mean she's fantastic. I just don't think if Shayna's going to drop the belt, it's not going to be
No,
Is
no,
she-
I definitely don't think she would be.
If Shayna's dropping the belt, only way is like if Ronda's kicking around somewhere.
Oh.
You think Ronda would make a takeover appearance?
No, it's call up time for Shayna.
Ah, okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So whenever Ronda's ready to come back is when Shayna will drop the belt and then get called up.
She wasn't having no fun, but she'll have some fun with her friends.
You got something to say over there?
We'll save it. We'll save it for SummerSlam.
Okay, SummerSlam preview.
I know exactly what Donovan's thinking too, and I'm going to say it too.
We'll get to it.
But yeah,
I
But yo, Shayna's retaining, I think. And I don't think, like, man, I said it before, I don't think a lot of these girls can, like, hang with her.
No.
I think Candice should take it from her ultimately, if anything.
Yeah.
At like
Yeah.
Mania time, maybe. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I don't have a
That's
problem
what
with
I'm
her
down.
having a super long title
Yeah.
reign at all.
No,
Yeah.
she's
That's how it
legit.
should be, realistically. I mean, you have enough belts in NXT now that you can drop and have title changes here and there, right?
she's had great matches since she's been in
She's
NXT.
good.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
she's good.
she's incredible.
Yeah.
She's good on the mic too.
Yeah.
She is.
She is the full package. I'll give her that. As much as Rousey is the star, she's way better in all aspects of professional
She-
wrestling, in my opinion.
She knows how to handle a moment more than Ronda does.
Was she?
Well, she had more time on the indies, too.
She did.
Totally,
Absolutely.
totally.
She
That's
did.
what I mean.
Ronda was thrown right, well, not thrown right into this, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
and hey, and
But-
I told you I listened to our Best of 18 show last week just kind of for something to do, and I forgot that I had given Ronda Most Improved Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah.
So she really did have probably the most improved year last year in 2018.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I would agree.
but no, I think obviously Shayna's gonna take this one.
Absolutely. I think we're all in agreement on that.
Yeah,
And then we've got the main event, 2 out of 3 falls match with special stipulations.
yeah.
Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano.
And the special stipulations are like Mike, you were mentioning to us. They kind of different versions of a match as the falls happen.
I think Regal is going to pick the
think-
final fall.
Gargano picked like a hardcore match or something.
Which is the first. And I think
The
the
first fall.
And then
the second's like a regular
Cole's
match.
like, I'm challenging you to a wrestling match.
Yeah.
So it's just a wrestling
It's just a
match.
normal match.
And
Which
then
is-
Regal's like, I don't know what to do with the two of you, so I'm picking the last one.
Which I find it really funny
Maybe
that
go.
that Adam Cole is picking I want a wrestling match
Oh,
with
yeah.
Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But am I wrong? Has he not become Johnny Hardcore? I feel like I've seen him more in that fucking vest hitting people with a kendo stick than I have anything else. And I'm not just being funny. I'm being serious.
Johnny Hardcore. Nice.
I just when he said Johnny picked a hardcore, it didn't. I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's
Yeah, he's
probably
been on
what
that.
Johnny would have wanted. Because
Yeah.
he seems that's how he can, use all the accoutrement of the ring.
If the hardcore match is the first fall, the era should just come out and just show him what's up the whole time.
Yeah, you wanted this, buddy? No DQs. All
Here
right.
you go.
This is what you wanted. Maybe the third fall, I was thinking maybe this isn't going to happen, but imagine they took the ropes off and had like a wrestling match, like
Yeah.
brought a mat out and like had a
Like
Blood
if
sport,
Matt,
buddy.
If Matt Riddle was fighting for the
maybe.
title,
Yeah,
yeah.
they could work that in
I
somewhere.
see
for
Regal
sure.
coming out. It's something to do with Ciampa, maybe, but I see Regal coming out and changing it so neither of them wins. Like I've had enough of you two.
Meaning, like in what way? Like,
Like adding people to a match, like Fatal 4-Way or
Okay.
even a Battle Royal, whatever the hell name they're gonna have, 6-pack challenge, whatever it is.
Something's going to happen.
because he's in
Yeah.
control. He's losing control because the era's like NWO controlling this. Like,
yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I'm just
'Cause
gonna.
Regal's a badass. He stands in the ring like a head taller than all these guys.
Well, yeah, that's what Regal's also.
Big
I
Regal.
have to just add really quick. I love Regal in this role.
Oh yeah, amazing.
And having him in NXT is just absolutely perfect for him because
And-
it's this whole dominant.
Yeah.
I love it.
and not fucking with it.
Exactly.
He's been doing it since I started watching wrestling,
It's-
and they haven't fucked with it. It's like he's the NXT
yeah,
guy.
I love it.
They don't mess around with it. But what I was gonna ask is, if there's, because I know you're saying it could be multiple, it could be 6-man, could be Battle Royal, it could be Fatal 4-Way. If it's one guy that is walking away from NXT Takeover Toronto with the NXT Championship that isn't Gargano or Cole, who is it?
I
Any
want to
like
say selfishly, I want to say Ciampa, but I don't
Yeah.
think he's cleared.
Yeah, I don't think he's
But-
cleared either, but like he never lost it.
Is there
Dropped
any
it.
like signed guy who hasn't debuted yet or anything like that that
Not
would
that I
really
know
be,
of.
like a, not that because he hasn't been treated well, but like a Keith Lee, like somebody who deserves to be there, but he's not going to be there right now? That's somebody off the top of my
Don't
head.
get me started on Keith Lee. and
I-
NXT.
Yeah, I don't want to get you started because I know how much of a Keith Lee fan you are, and I know how he's been treated there in NXT, and not really the greatest. Which being said, the show is only an hour, so they have to work with that. I'm sure he does plenty of shit on the house shows that NXT does, but I don't think that's why he signed with WWE.
I have no clue who could come in and take it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought about like Matt Riddle, maybe because he's not involved in anything.
That's what I was going to think too.
He's always treated pretty well on these.
Does he have a good relationship with Regal?
See, that's I don't know, right?
Do you know anything of that? Like, have they ever interacted?
He got attacked by Killian Dane on NXT
recently, so that's probably what they're going to be dealing with. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was he did the whole splash into the steps. That looked really bad.
Yeah, it would be a perfect time to have. I mean, Ciampa's obviously would be the guy. But, like, it would be a perfect time to have a guy run in, like a Punishment Martinez or what's it, the Priest? What the fuck is it?
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. It's a weird name. But anyway, don't get me started, the Viking Raiders.
Fuck.
But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it could be, but if I have to make a pick, I'm going to go with Cole.
I'm going with Cole.
I think.
Yeah, I already said I think the Era's running the show, so that's my,
I think the other thing, too,
Sorry, Johnny.
that's kind of gotten a little frustrating is because of how over Gargano was during the feud with Ciampa, during the feud, during the early stages of the feud with Cole.
Even the DIY stuff to throw it way back.
They milked him because we were booing him against Alistair.
Yeah.
Remember, you deserve it when he got the black mask?
Yeah. So
that was awesome.
I mean, I think I always wanted to see this WrestleMania moment with Gargano, and I just don't care anymore.
If he wins in Toronto, it's going to be booze.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you.
He's holding up the title with
No, I completely agree. If he wins, he's getting booed.
Just random, but speaking of the whole gear thing, and he always does the gear, I think he's going to be the one to do some Bret Hart kind of colors, Gargano.
Yeah.
Because he always shows up with some...
You don't think he's going to pull out, like, fucking Black Panther or something this time?
Well,
what?
Well, that's what he always... Yeah, who's left? Exactly.
Maybe, I guess Spider-Man was the most recent movie.
Okay, I get it.
I think Dream would do it, like, as a mockery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is Dream, he's a good guy now, right? Like, kind of? Or is he kind of a tweener guy, or what is he? Like,
I think he's a face.
I think he's like a flamboyant face. Like he can do whatever he wants and still get cheered or booed.
I just know because Mike said when he saw him at the house show, like he came out doing this and he had the glasses on,
fake take the glasses off and pulled them away from the little kid and shit.
That's actually a good. I wouldn't be surprised to see Velveteen in some pink tights this week.
Me either at all.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't be shocked by that. Call me up, Vince. That's pretty much it, I guess, for NXT Takeover. I guess
Takeover.
Should be a good show. Looking forward to it. And
absolutely.
All right, guys. NXT is over. It's time for SummerSlam 2019, and I figure there's no better way to start it out in Toronto than like this, with my phone not working. Come on.
I got a question for you.
Do you?
Is Goldberg going to be the main event?
No.
Oh, no. It's
no.
Did you not listen to the beginning of the show, man? It's going to be Brock. There's no Daniel Bryan. There's no John Cena. So we must put Brock in the main event.
I would if it was anybody. I hate saying this. If it was anybody else against Goldberg, I would say maybe main event. They're not going to put Ziggler in the main event.
No.
Can you imagine that? Maybe
they're not. Do you guys want to start with this, or do you want to?
Sure, we can start with.
Oh, I was just.
Dom was just kind of stalling for me while I got my phone ready and had the audio here. But I figure the best way to start our Toronto pay-per-view is like this. Come on, work. You got it. And I don't care what anyone says. This is her comeback match.
Do we think that this is going to open the show?
I don't think so personally. I just wanted to start with Trish Stratus. 2 reasons.
Okay.
1, Toronto, Canada. 2, I know how much of a Trish Stratus fan you are, Shane.
I am.
I wanted to start with Trish, and like I said, to me...
Hey, it reminds me of 2001.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
The 100% Stratus faction. I don't know. This thing with her here, I think this is the real comeback match because she came back and fought at WrestleMania, didn't she, with Snooki and some other bullshit?
And it was with Michelle McCool and Layla and Ziggler and John Morrison.
Yeah.
And when has she had any other singles matches? Mike D laughing in the corner about Snooki.
She had there was like a tag match on Raw with Cena against Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
Years ago.
And then
the Women's Evolution.
Women's Evolution tag match, and that's pretty much been it.
And that's what I was just going to say, is that was supposed to be the quote-unquote comeback match, because that was the first singles match, because it was against Alexa Bliss, and then she had to deal with all the concussion stuff. And anybody who hasn't seen that 24 episode, go watch it, because it's a good one.
Jax.
Yeah, well, hey, no, it's...
I'm being a dick.
Yeah, if we're going to talk about concussions and people giving... We got to bring Ronda Rousey in the conversation, too, because... fuck. She didn't do the best in that department. But like I said, she was the most improved of last year. But yeah, I wanted to really stress how this is like legit Trish's comeback match, and it's in Toronto. And me and Mike was there, too, and you guys weren't, but 2007... Trish's...
You guys weren't?
No, but
no, thanks.
I couldn't... Hey, I don't care. I get rubbed in enough to the fact that I didn't see fucking Hogan and Rock stare each other down and have the whole crowd booing the Rock.
Yeah, it was a moment.
Yeah, see? Okay, so I get my Unforgiven 07 moment, okay? This is, like, let me have that at least.
Okay, fine. You got to see Vince McMahon's face and Big Show's ass.
That I did.
You did.
I always remember the two things I take away from that night, though, are Trish Stratus retiring and her gear. I loved her gear that night. I don't know why. That's, like, my favorite gear she's ever had.
Yeah.
And then the Cena Edge stuff, obviously, off the top of the ladder and through the tables. But, yeah, this is, like, her first real one-on-one comeback singles match against, like the top woman in the company.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, she is. No,
she is.
She may not
absolutely
be the champion, but she is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you could. This is what I find really funny about the whole thing is, you have Becky built up as one of the faces of the company.
Yeah.
But come Monday morning, nobody's going to be talking about Becky versus Natty. As good as the match will be, and we'll get to it, everyone's going to be talking about Charlotte versus Trish.
Unless Bret Hart comes out and screws Becky. No, I'm just kidding. He's not going to come out. Isn't he in AEW?
What?
No, I was serious. But isn't he in AEW?
I don't think he's in it.
I don't think he's in it. I think he's made some appearances. But,
okay. No, I genuinely thought he was, so my bad.
But no, and I think talking about the match itself is, I think if they've practiced, if they're given time, I think Trish and Charlotte can do a really good job, because we know Charlotte is a beast in the ring, and Trish is too. I mean, she seemed a little stiff at Evolution.
Yeah.
But now, that match wasn't great, and there were a lot of issues with that match. But
I'm sure she's been training more, and I don't know how far ahead they knew about that. I feel like it was kind of late. Even her and Alexa being announced.
See, I had heard that they were trying to get, I don't even remember now. I've completely blanked.
Like for the Evolution match, or
no. They were trying to do something for SummerSlam for Charlotte, but then something fell through, and then because they had been initially trying to get Trish for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she didn't think she was going to be able to make it or be able to pull it off, and she hadn't agreed to it, and then she did. So I think this is all last minute. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
I was definitely bought into the fact that Charlotte wasn't going to be wrestling on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that they were going to just throw something together. I mean, this is worth it, but
it's only due to like internet readings, and Charlotte did a promo a few weeks ago where she said something like, "You'll see what I do next." She said that, and I was like, okay, I know something's going on here. She's going to be doing a big match. I just don't know against who.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Like I said, I think it could be really, really good.
Has that potential.
So,
right?
and yeah, having Trish in the ring one-on-one with, like you said, the top woman in the company.
Not only that, are these the top two women in professional wrestling in the last 20 years?
Yeah.
I mean, notoriety. Like, don't get me wrong, Candice LeRae, shout out to her and all the good women wrestlers that are out there. But I mean,
and there's a lot of them.
You know what I mean?
But I think you can't look at, like, and that was one of the jokes.
It's like comparing underground rappers to Drake. Like, it's just they're different.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But it's one of the jokes that that Charlotte prides herself on. Well, I'm a 9-time champion.
Yeah.
Well, in how short of amount of time did you get all those?
How many times did you lose in the since you've been in WWE? Whereas Trish is a 7 and won her last one in her last match.
Yeah. So I think, and the promos have been really good. The promo on SmackDown was really, really strong. Charlotte did a really great job. She is incredible as a heel, and I don't want her as a face again.
I never thought of this till right now. But so technically, Trish will have only lost the title 6 times and she's just because she never lost the last one, right? She vacated it. So
Yeah,
it's like
that's
it's
true.
even one less time that she lost
Yeah.
the championship. But I don't know, just a
Yeah,
little
no, but it's true though.
thing that popped up in my head.
So, like I said, I think it could be really, really good, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's probably the match that I'm most excited for.
Where do you think it falls on the card? Middle, kind of.
Second match
yeah.
after the 205 Live one.
Oh yeah.
I think they're gonna want to start early with it because they don't want the crowd tired for it. Because I kind of look back to, I remember watching Mania not last whatever year it was. I don't know. They're all
6 or 7
molding
months
into
ago.
one.
Yeah, they are.
When you had Charlotte and Asuka, and it was like the third match of the show, and you're like, initially I was like, what the hell are they doing? Everyone's looking forward to this match. Why would you put it on so early? Because they don't want everyone tired.
Yep.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
the
So-
only gripe I had with Becky and Ronda and Charlotte in the
Yeah,
main event of this year's
Absolutely.
WrestleMania.
I completely agree with you.
I love that match, and I love the finish. Obviously, massive Becky fan, but it was a little long.
It was, and everyone was exhausted. The crowd,
It wasn't a little long. It was long.
it was long. The crowd was really tired. They got into it near the end,
Mm-hmm.
but
But yeah, any predictions here for Trish and Charlotte? I feel like this one's pretty open. It's not really definitive.
I know it's hometown Trish, but Trish doesn't need this
She can't win.
She can't win this.
No.
She can't win against
It has to be Charlotte.
It's old school world, bro.
That's kind of how I thought of it. Right?
And
but
truthfully, as much as I think Charlotte should win, I want Charlotte to win. I actually do.
I don't even like Charlotte, and then I want her to win. I don't like Charlotte because she's a heel.
Because she can't be losing
She
to
can't
people that don't
yeah.
wrestle on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
Hogan's not coming in and beating KO.
Well,
I
that's
guess Goldberg did, but
yeah.
wait for October, buddy.
Oh my God.
I would watch Hogan and KO.
I would too.
Absolutely.
I would too. I wanted to get to this before we got to the first match, but I was a little too excited to talk about Trish, and I jumped right on it. What are I asked you guys this before we hit record too. What are something maybe you're most excited to see before we get into the rest of the card? The most excited to see on this show, and then least excited to see in general.
AJ and Ricochet,
The match itself?
by far.
Okay. And I don't even necessarily, because I said to these guys, like, but that's obviously a good answer, and that probably is the right answer, but anything as far as, like, it doesn't even have to be a specific match. I just mean, like, even seeing The Fiend wrestle could be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's Trish and Charlotte.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, because this isn't just like a hyped match. This is a dream match in the women's division.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm really pumped. I just hope it's seamless, and I trust them both.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I feel like this is like the women's equivalent to like Roman versus The Rock.
I would agree with you. I think this match is huge,
And
it's a big deal, and they should be marketing it as a big deal.
Maybe they should open the show with it. Should take some
Well,
advice from the PW Lookback and open the.
They might, right?
I
They very
I
well
think that
could.
would be a good idea. I really do.
Because can you imagine, like, try and imagine the heat Charlotte would get when she makes Trish tap out.
Oh,
Yeah, if Trish wins,
To the sharpshooter?
start with it. But if Trish is losing, have it be later. I think.
That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not going to be upset if Trish wins because it's hometown. It'll be a massive pop. It'll be great. And then Charlotte can do like a revenge thing afterwards.
mm-hmm.
But to get that heat back.
Yeah.
But
1 year later after Becky turns on Charlotte at SummerSlam.
oh
No?
shit,
She
right?
already did turn on Charlotte. That's why she's a good guy.
No, that's what I mean. She turned on her last year. That's after SummerSlam. That was
Yeah.
when the whole Becky real fucking train
Really took
started
off.
to move. Yeah.
So
Where do you think AJ and Ricochet is going? Because that's going to be
We'll get to that when we get to the
pedal to the metal all day.
match. But I wanted to know. I'm really curious. Are you guys least and most excited to see for
Okay.
this show?
I said Trish and Charlotte as most.
Most.
Least.
We'll go here 1 sec.
Oh,
We'll,
yeah,
we'll get
go.
most from everybody
Most
because I already got
first.
most from Mike D as well. So we might as well. Done.
Probably Bray in general.
Just in general.
Yeah. I've
see
been
what that
saying
character's
for a
gonna
while. I wanted to see him back anyway, so just to have him back is cool.
I've missed him terribly.
I want to see if that whole like I was talking to Shane about it off pod before we started, like that screeching kind of music where he does the mandible claw. I wonder if that's gonna be his entrance
Theme?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
You don't think
trippy.
it's going to be the Firefly?
No, I think
Funhouse
it's gonna be
thing?
something different for sure. Like definitely something new.
I agree. I don't think it'll. I think the Firefly Funhouse thing is a way to get the Fiend to do promos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you
absolutely.
can't really get him to cut promos. So if he's Mr. Rogers when he cuts his promos, and then
The thing's called The Fiend.
Yeah, that's the name. Yeah, it's like his alter ego.
Have you seen The Mask?
The Mask is fucking
Yes,
creepy.
Slipknot.
Slipknot. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
Like it ain't something they picked up at Dollarama. Like
Yeah.
it's a nice, good look, and the contacts and everything they do. Like it's nice.
Kane's mask was like Slipknot back in the day too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
And honestly, not to say that I got two, but I'm
No, that's
curious
fine
to
if
see
you do.
where Shane and KO go with the match.
You're excited
where
to
it's
see how
gonna
that
go.
turns out.
Yeah, yeah,
I see.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that match is like we talked about a little bit earlier. We'll get to it more after, but yeah, I'm excited for that one too. I'm me cliche here, sorry boys, because I'm gonna be there live in person. Just seeing Becky in person does it for me. So that by far, like I'm the most excited to just see Becky in person. If I was watching on TV, my answer might be different, but the fact that I'm going and I'm gonna get to see her live, that's the answer for me every
Are
time.
you gonna have the man sign?
No, but I'll be wearing my
The man
shirt.
tee, okay.
I'm not even wearing my I'm wearing my white shirt with the bloody face.
We got to get Jag on soon at some point because he has a gripe and he like hates Becky Lynch for some reason.
Oh, and we definitely need him on the show. This
Yeah.
is something
Oh.
I definitely want to have a conversation with Mr.
First
Jag.
ever like
If you're listening,
fight
Jag,
live on pod.
DM us now because I need to hear the thoughts.
Yeah.
How about least excited to see? And not that we want to focus on negatives, but you know,
We may all have the same one.
oh, I can guarantee you mine's not going to be the same as any of yours.
Goldberg and Ziggler.
Ooh, I wouldn't. I'm looking forward to seeing the spear and the jackhammer because at least I know he can lift up Ziggler no problem.
Let's hope.
Like, you know, it'll be a nice jackhammer.
I like Goldberg, like old Goldberg.
Yeah. Well, at the same time though, like it should be a squash. It should be quick. Like again, to bring up Don Tony, like I did at the beginning of the show, just because everybody has great work rate and all the matches are awesome now, that doesn't mean that you fucking take Goldberg and tell him to have a 10-minute fucking classic or 20-minute. No, this guy's known for winning squash matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's put him in a scenario like when he beat Brock Lesnar.
Can't have a 10-minute match with Dolph Ziggler if he beat Lesnar in 30 seconds anyway.
Exactly.
That's the thing, right?
Exactly. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's your least?
Is just that match in general. You'd rather
Yeah.
not.
I'm
Plus,
not-
you only found out about it today, no?
Yeah, but I seen the going-ons on the internet and shit, but
It's not.
Ziggler hasn't intrigued me in a couple years.
He did.
He just cries on the microphone.
No,
and
no,
gets
he
the
did
match
well
and
last year with
loses,
Drew.
Disappears
When him and Drew started,
It was
Yeah,
better
yeah, that
it was good.
because of Drew.
because of Drew.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, that's true too. But I'm just saying, Ziggler was also in that conversation. I'm not going to lie, for most improved wrestler of 2018 because he improved a lot. I felt
He's
in
never
that
a bad
year.
wrestler. He just
We talk about it, me and Donovan,
it's
all the
same
time.
old, same old.
He
every
needs a
time.
gimmick switch.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I said to you, was it on the phone when we had our fucking
Probably.
50-minute
Yeah.
Raw talk this week? I think because he's slowly changed his gimmick so much over the last 4 years that it's harder to do a complete makeover because it's been such a slow progression of him changing his gear. But yeah, I want to sort of keep it going forward. Any least excited to see maybe the P break?
Well, to my Twitter fans, it's not that I'm honestly not excited to see it, but Kofi and Orton, like I am excited about it, but if I had to pick, this is my least favorite because of the fact that I'm just not super big on Kofi. And as much as I want the rabid Toronto fans to all gather inside and chant RKO and boo Kofi, it probably won't happen.
No.
But you know what I mean? If that does happen, hey, ooh, we got a different story next week. But
I'll do my best, Don, and I'll be cheering for Randy in there for you. I'll try and get some of the guys around me, but
yeah,
I'm going to be up there touching the fucking Maple Leaf banners, so
Probably that.
I don't know how much
I could see him working heel and getting cheered by Toronto though,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
possible.
but he won't be liking it. He likes to get booed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He'll get
Fuck,
lazy out there.
I don't want to get my hopes up. But
Shane?
Least, oh man. Okay, so I might get flack for this, but my least is probably Brock and Seth.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I love Seth. Don't get me wrong, and this actually has more to do with the story and the more of just like the groundwork for this feud.
Yeah.
Because
this-
I'm over it.
Tell me about it. Well,
So
it's probably
you know,
how we're going to close off the show tonight with that final match.
I mean-
and we'll get our thoughts on that. But
I do think they did finally something smart when it came to the Mania match. You know,
yeah,
it was different. It opened the show. It was
everything
shocked a lot of
aside
people,
from the
but-
low blows. Sure, I just don't see why we can all get behind our big babyface champion just for him to fucking low blow the heel.
Well, that's and
then
well,
win.
That was my issue.
Exactly.
I
No.
mean,
And the placement of it and everything else in the match was fine itself. But yeah, to bounce off yours, man, my least anticipated moment of the night, I may even fucking leave early, is I do not want to fucking sit in a chair for 8 hours and then watch Seth Rollins lift up the fucking title at the end of the night. I'm sorry. I will be genuinely upset.
So wait, you'd rather Brock retained?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, see, that's where we're going to disagree.
All day, buddy. I do not need to see baby fucking crying Seth Rollins limping on Raw and I'm going to beat Brock Lesnar. I used to love Seth and I can't get behind this storyline. It's awful. And I just don't want it to close the show. That's my biggest thing, and I know it's probably going to.
Triple H.
It's like if I miss my train because I got to see Seth lift the fucking... I don't think WWE thinks that Toronto loves Goldberg that much.
Oh man, I'm just having fun. But if it happens, man.
But yeah, I'll get to it more later. We got to move forward. Unless you got anything, sorry, Mike.
Triple H should just walk around with Seth at all times.
That would be fine.
Instead of dragging him around to take pictures with his friends.
Yeah, I love
Seth. He just looks like a wimpy guy right now.
And he still doesn't really have a character. Like it goes back to the Stone Cold podcast from 2 years ago. What is a Seth Rollins?
I don't actually disagree with that.
Architect, Kingslayer, Beastlayer,
freaking,
whatever.
What?
He's got
He's just freaking. Seth freaking.
He's got 1,000 names.
Yeah, exactly. That they just come up with names, and when you need to come up with a character, not a name. But like I said, I guess
we'll get more to that match, and then we can talk about that some more later.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think we're gonna end up closing the show with that one. So
okay, cool.
Why don't we start the next match like this?
Oh, we got some.
I figure we almost half started with it. We might as well get to it here. And we've talked enough about him. We don't want to talk the rest of the show about him. But
is someone gonna headbutt the wall?
Don't hurt yourself. Don't make yourself bleed. Don't bust your head open. It's time. But yeah, Goldberg and Dolph Ziggler. Should we just get predictions? Because I feel like we've probably given enough thoughts about this match.
Fair enough.
Unless you obviously have, if you got more to say.
No, I mean, I think we've all pretty much said what this needs to be and what it should be. And that's a squash.
Exactly. It should be. I'm sorry, Dolph. I don't know where you go from here.
But Dolph walk out of the building Sunday night and go, I just got squashed in front of thousands of people to Goldberg. And that's a career high.
It is.
Paid.
And I got paid.
Until Don just said that, I was...
He's getting money for that match.
It's... For what?
For what? Of the match?
Like, what does this do for anybody?
Washes the stank for
this builds up Goldberg for his next match? Yeah.
I think Donovan's right, though. It's what Taker did at Extreme Rules. And Taker looked great in the ring at Extreme Rules.
He did. Well,
And
better
Goldberg,
than...
great, better.
Yeah.
But great compared to how...
Yeah, not Mania 28 great, but I hear you, yeah. Or is it 28?
Undertaker gives a shit about wrestling.
Fuck yeah. He cares about everything, his character and all that stuff.
I think with Goldberg, I think it's the same mind frame that he just wants to go out there and go, okay, I'm better than what I just did out there. Oh, and by what I did out there, I mean almost killing a fucking legend. Okay, thank you very much. I had to say that out loud.
Oh, yeah, he almost... Fuck.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how many times I watched that.
Where are those scenes on those 24 episodes? I want to see that shit when Goldberg comes back from doing that. Where's that stuff?
Yeah, right?
It's already been deleted, put in the trash bin, and emptied.
Where's that camera guy, Rogue?
I would have loved to see Goldberg walk backstage afterwards and just to have like Triple H or Vince or Shane go, what the hell, and start like slapping the shit out of him.
You ever stub your toe and just scream fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably what it looked like when he walked through that curtain backstage.
Okay, guys, come on. I know I'm not Team Goldberg here, but I'm just saying, in all fairness about that match, like he got concussed.
I mean, both of them.
Beginning.
So like, you know what? I'm gonna actually agree with you, Donovan. There was a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
Bro, Stone Cold won the IC belt with a broken neck.
Yeah, but he's lost. I'm rocking it.
I had to say it.
Yeah. No, and I hear you. I just think when I say like he went back there and yelled fuck, I mean more like they both knew like shit, that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They both knew that they have better in them and they're both like, oh,
Yeah.
we have to fix this now.
I don't even see Taker wanting to work Goldberg. I
No,
don't
probably
see where
not.
that
But he
lines
wants
up.
the paycheck from Saudi.
Obviously. But
That's what it comes
I used to
down
love Goldberg back in the day doing a backflip and kicking people in the face. He's awesome. But now he's just...
Yeah.
He made the Jericho and KO feud more.
Do you guys think his son's coming out?
No. I don't think
No.
so.
Him
No.
against-
Unless him and Nicholas come out and win the tag titles.
Kofi's
Maybe.
son. Kofi's son, a triple threat. Remember Kofi's son when he won the belt?
Oh, yeah.
Up on the rope?
That was
He's a star, bro.
That was
Sign him up. PC for sure.
Yeah, that went to PC. Okay, yeah, so we're all saying Goldberg all around.
Yeah, I didn't
Absolutely.
say that.
All around the table. No? You're picking
No,
Dolph?
I'm just fucking around.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking around.
How about, I'm not going to get the music going for every match because I feel like we need to move it along, but how about Finn Balor versus The Fiend?
Ooh.
I think it's pretty much going to be unanimous here because there's no way Bray is losing this.
No, I don't think we're going to see the Demon, right?
I really hope not because I feel like that would take away from the Fiend.
That's when Bray loses, probably.
That, yes, and I don't think that the Fiend or the Demon has ever lost.
Yeah, but that's what would be interesting about it. Maybe that's what they do. I doubt it. I
Yeah.
honestly doubt it. But
They haven't hinted at it at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's
No.
been
but
no
that
boom, boom.
but that would be the surprise
boom.
of it. Like even that last time he did it with Corbin, nobody knew he came as the Demon.
Yeah, I guess
That's
that's
true.
true.
Yeah.
There was no hype or anything on the shows?
No,
did
no.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that's true. I just think, honestly, this should just be a fun match. And I'm no jokes, nothing. It'll just be fun. It'll be like, you can just kind of shut off the world for a few minutes, along with other matches. But this is one of those ones where it's a big character match. Yeah. And it'll just be fun to watch. I don't have any, I'm not setting my bar super high. I'm not setting my bar super low. It's just,
Right, yeah.
should be a good one.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna say Bray, and then like even just a little bit to the aftermath of it. Maybe I think Finn's gonna continue down on this kind of downward hill for a bit until somebody maybe kind of picks him up. You know what I mean?
Until the OC comes and gets him.
Yeah.
Come and lift him up and
Yeah.
help him out. That would,
Yeah.
we can't talk about that because then it's never going to happen.
Get too excited.
I just have this written down because I don't know. I got a question mark beside it, but Roman Reigns versus Rowan? Do we think this is going to be a match? I don't think so now,
I don't think so.
especially because it's SummerSlam and the amount of matches matter.
I think we're going to get an in-ring segment from Roman and Daniel and Rowan.
What if they attack him?
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some type of attack on Roman.
I know that they can't do this anymore because of the whole Muhammad Hassan and everything. What if they kidnapped him? Like, seriously. Like, kidnapped Roman. Like, took him away in a van or some shit and fucking took him. And like, where's Roman? Like, I could picture Michael Cole right now. Where are they taking Roman?
And then maybe it's not Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Maybe it's
Maybe it's two masked
maybe
men.
it's some other people.
You know?
I think... Yeah,
I'm really thinking
I mean,
outside the box here.
No, but I think it's what we were saying earlier.
Yo, where's Luke Harper?
Me and Donovan. Like,
Yeah.
I want this storyline
He wants a
stretched.
release. They told him no. Sorry. They did.
For real?
Because
yeah.
can't Daniel when's that match that Daniel Bryan
As far as I knew.
drove that forklift
Pardon?
right to the ring?
Oh, the footage of it.
Oh, you mean way back?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I forgot about that. Was like NXT was like a show at that time, right? Wasn't that like when NXT was
Honestly,
still
I
like?
don't remember.
I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah.
He drove a forklift, so
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
I've seen
possible.
that picture too. Yeah.
He's got his forklift license. Is kind of what Mike's saying.
Yeah, yeah.
he's certified.
He's certified. he's undergone the training.
I still think it was Rikishi,
He
man.
makes an extra 50 cents.
I think it was Quiche.
Quiche.
That 50 cents adds up. but yeah, I don't know where we were. We kind of got off.
I think it's
track.
just going to be an in-ring segment. I think Roman's going to try to get answers.
Is he not doing anything, Roman?
No.
Honestly.
He's pretty big star. Why is he not doing nothing?
because he's been almost
been on-
murdered
on
2
the
weeks in a row or 2 days in a row.
Is he limping around?
No, that was the worst part, bro. He had a huge like scaffolding the size of this
I've seen
fucking
it. I've
studio
seen it.
following him, and then he rolls out and he's just like, "Oh no, I'm fine. He's like, "I'm fine."
It's
They're
the same
like-
thing as the car.
They're like, "Are you okay, Ron?" He's like, "No, I'm fine. It's like, okay, you want to sell like a little bit, maybe? Like your arm hurts, kinda. I don't know. It was weird.
He looked a little, in his defense, he looked a little kind of.
He looked like somebody
Dizzy,
put a
like-
fucking date rape drug in his drink, and he couldn't see. It didn't look like a scaffolding fell on top of him. Do you know what I'm saying? He looked disoriented or drunk.
Saying he's been
Not-
hanging out
Yeah,
with
he
the Usos.
woozy. That's what I say. He
Woo-
looked
yeah.
like he had that woozy kind of look.
Not
He's been hanging out with
sore.
the Usos.
Oh shit. That's it. That shit that Cena said to a couple on the Raw, that was amazing.
Gets arrested the next week.
Yeah. Oh really?
Oh
What?
my
I didn't even
God.
book that.
Yeah, they got arrested, then got chirped, then got arrested again.
Ooze.
Allegedly.
Wow. No, now that you say that I thought I heard something about it, but I thought they were just referring to the original arrest.
I fucking love the Usos.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, love.
yeah, this is the bomb.
But yeah, so I guess if there is a match, I'm gonna say Roman wins, but I don't think there's.
I think, like I said, I think it's gonna be an angle.
I hope it's not an in-ring segment though. I'm not a huge fan of those at the
like a confrontation type of thing.
I'd rather just like some weird shit happens backstage or someone tries to run him over.
I like
one of them kind of things.
The segment with Buddy Murphy on Raw though, I liked how it looked. It
Yes.
looked like that, like
Absolutely.
03 Raw kind of stuff. It looked like
Yeah.
backstage where they used to follow around Stone Cold doing whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looked good.
I
It's
completely agree.
More prop, like bags on the ground and shit, like props and shit.
Yeah, it looked like it was their locker room, but I mean, yeah, it looked like genuine.
Looked like 2K when you walk in the locker room in the fucking game.
Yeah, and Roman was like, he was pretty forward with him as far as like pretty stern, like he knew that Buddy knew something, even though Buddy was saying he didn't know anything.
Yeah.
But I liked all the physicality that they did, and they didn't. It didn't take away from Buddy. Like it's not like you walked away from that segment going like, "Oh, Buddy's."
No, it was almost like a rub.
weak.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah, that's the
Absolutely.
top guy for sure. That's awesome.
Exactly. How about Bailey versus Ember Moon?
I'm actually
that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of pumped for this because it feels fresh.
Same. It's very fresh, and I know Mike wouldn't know since he didn't know that the match was happening. Bailey picked Ember, so this wasn't like a number one contender or a fucking whatever 6-pack. Nothing. It was Bailey's. It was announced Bailey's going to pick her SummerSlam opponent tonight, and she came out and she picked Ember Moon. So it was kind of cool to have that. I think she fought, not to talk about it too much, but I think she fought Natalya on SmackDown this week, and she
did
sharpshootered outside the ring.
Yeah, so
count out?
That's got to go before Trish and them.
That match, I feel like, no offense to these girls, and I don't want it to be used this way, but this is definitely going to be used as some kind of in-between buffer match.
Yeah, it will.
After AJ and
As bad as it sounds, probably something like that. You know what I mean? But I had it written down here, like, I'm happy to see these two get a fucking chance. Like Shane said, it's fresh.
Ember can go, man. She's good.
Hell yeah, she can go. We've talked about it for, I feel like, since the look back has started. She's not going to be able to do that finisher for as long as she thinks she's going to be able to do it. But
no, either
either way, she's amazing in the ring, and it's fresh. That's the best word Shane uses. It's fresh.
I think, I guess prediction wise, I don't think Bailey's dropping the belt.
I don't think so either. I hope this is not 5 minutes. I hope
they're given time.
Yeah. But at the same time, I have a feeling that there's going to be some shenanigans. You know, just some maybe, I hope not, but maybe.
Boss time!
I hope not, but I don't know, it's possible. Anything could happen. You know
The
what I mean?
only way that I feel like that would work is if they finally, after 2 years, pull the trigger and turn her heel, and she can screw Bailey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then she can get
if
the
she comes
Sasha
out
that we
and-
had in NXT coming out in the fucking Escalade with the bodyguards. Like,
Absolutely. Give me heel Sasha, or don't give me Sasha at all.
Yeah,
That's how I
agree.
feel.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
Totally. Predictions, we all kind of said Bailey. I don't think there's much else to
I'm going
unless
Bailey.
you go.
Yeah, no, I don't think Bailey's dropping it.
No.
I didn't even know she had the belt, so I'll go with Ember.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go with Bailey again just because I don't know. I feel like we're not going to get too many title changes on this show, but
That's why I went with her.
yeah.
It's fresh.
How about
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show!
versus our boy Shane McMahon, like I
love
talked
that.
about earlier, the heel of heels right now.
I love that intro.
Oh yeah. It's the ones that I have sound effects pre done up for,
Yeah.
unlike my Trish one that I had a bit of trouble with.
I'm going with Shane.
Really? So Kevin's quitting WWE?
Well, no, but see, this is the thing. I'm going to go with Shane, but I think something will happen.
Vince is coming.
Ah, this is
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
I think-
if Shane wins, Vince is involved.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Vince could come and fuck Kevin Owens over too, though.
Oh, maybe, but I don't think so.
So wait, what do you
He
guys?
headbutted him, bro.
But his son's a prick.
Frog splashed him. McMahon's a prick.
His son's a prick.
McMahon's.
Yeah, but not in Vince's eyes. Vince is like.
Not in Canada. When you hear
Oh,
Kevin Owens
that's
come
true.
out.
That's true.
You've
I
seen
didn't
me, you've
think
seen
about
me
the
get
Canada
the goosebumps
factor.
and scream for KO.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
no. I didn't think about the Vince Toronto
Yeah.
Canada
He probably
factor.
won't think about it either, though.
I just don't like. I could see because I don't even think until Shane said it. Like I would have put the $100 on the table that KO is winning this. You know, I really don't have one cell in my body that and it's just because of the quitting thing. I kind of wish that wasn't a stipulation. I'd rather just have them fight, and then it's like, oh, who's gonna win?
Well, because that's why I think they added that stipulation
to fuck with people.
Well,
that would work, especially because Shane's been winning a lot. No, did Roman maybe beat him? But I don't know. Shane's been winning most of his feuds. He got through The Miz.
Yep.
He got through Roman. I know he's still got Elias and his buddies that are helping him along, but...
Well, when you said Vince's involvement, what did you mean by that? Like, do you think at this pay-per-view? Like,
oh, no. I think if Shane wins, Vince will be involved in Kevin not getting fired.
Oh,
okay. That's kind of what I mean.
I don't know in what way,
I could see Triple H more.
Or that's a good one too.
Or Triple H.
I just don't think that he's obviously not getting fired.
No.
He was just away on an injury for however long.
Like igniting a Triple H and Steph versus Shane and Vince type shit. Maybe I'm just getting too far ahead.
No, maybe.
It could be setting something up.
Set up Survivor Series a couple months before.
If they go back to the Raw SmackDown thing, man, I wish. I think they're getting away from that. It's the closer we get to the Fox deal. I think Fox says, no, I want everybody that USA gets. And USA's like, no, I want everybody that Fox gets.
That's what's going down?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's in like 2 months.
And those two, they're fucking global, not global, but, national corporate big TV companies that they want full access to what they're paying for.
Like TNT?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly like TNT. And all these, like Fox, that's a massive deal. It's like $1 billion TV deal that they signed.
Yeah.
They run the world, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like TV's changing. So the next time they sign one of these deals, it's not going to look the same.
No.
It's going to be completely different, whether it's even... I still wish I could watch Raw on the network, but that's just not a thing because of advertisement and how all that works.
So I think, I'm going with Shane because I think there's going to be a twist. But
I'm actually pretty excited for that match. I didn't say that. I said Ricochet and AJ, but that match will be really good.
Yeah. No,
absolutely. Oh, it will be, yeah.
I think it's the first time in a while, and I don't want to sound negative, but it's the first time in a while that a segment on the Go-Home show, like the SmackDown or the Raw, has significantly made me more excited to see it. Because I was like, meh.
Yeah.
And then after seeing Shane, not fuck you, but you know what he said, whatever. Yeah. He was screaming at him and the chair in the face.
It was really good.
All of that made me want to see this match a lot more than I did before.
The best in the world. We don't have time for this tonight.
Yeah, he grabs it out of Greg Hill.
That was good.
KO that's the one thing, like, not the one thing. I mean, he's amazing at everything, but his mic skills are just...
Oh, he's on another level.
It really, like, he can't even... There's no one even in the company that can come close to him.
More than one mic, you idiot.
Yeah, like...
that was not written.
Bro,
no, absolutely not.
He didn't give a shit
when
either.
he grabbed the headset, bro, and he's cutting a promo into the fucking headset on commentary, like, what? Yeah. I don't know. He's one of a kind. But
you can tell he watched wrestling. Like, Rock was doing that kind of shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Stone Cold posters on his wall and everything. Like you said, hyped up about the fact that he's wrestling fucking Shane McMahon.
Yeah, he's going to love getting elbow drop to the table and all that. He's loving it. He can't wait for it.
The concerto. No, not the concerto. The coast to coast.
Yeah.
I can't believe I almost called it the concerto.
I could see fucking... Because how many times has Shane hit that elbow in all these feuds recently? Like, the elbow's not even a thing anymore.
Not as much, no.
It's really not,
Kevin's hitting that elbow.
Like...
but no, not the drop kick to the...
No. I mean, from the ring onto the announce table. Yeah, I feel like Shane does it, like...
Yeah, we know.
Too much.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen him do it twice live in Toronto. It's like, I'm good. I don't need to see that again. AJ Styles and Ricochet. I got a little star beside this one.
It's, you know what? I'm really hyped for this because being SummerSlam, they're going to finally be given the time that they should have had in their previous matches, and it could steal the show.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of AJ either.
Oh, no. We do not. And I the applause is for what Shane said because, yes, hopefully they do get the time. Because if they don't, then why?
Then
are we giving it to fucking Goldberg? Like, what is the purpose to not have these guys wrestle for 25 minutes or 20 minutes?
They can absolutely both do it.
Especially in Toronto where we don't get to see those guys frequently.
Yeah.
And like you said, off pod.
Yeah, Ricochet hasn't been here for a while.
Yeah, like a long time.
Not since I knew who Ricochet was have I seen him advertised.
Ever in Toronto,
Maybe for an NXT event recently that I missed or something, but no.
But no, he wasn't doing indie shows.
I've seen him say the Canadian dollar something about it, like something funny on Twitter.
Doesn't make enough money from and that's just art and the life of being a pro wrestler. You know what I mean? You got to play the field, especially when you're not in a massive company that's paying you every week, guaranteed.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's an easy. Obviously, it should be the match of the night. I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure on it though, and set my bar super high, and then go in there expecting to see Wrestle Kingdom and
Like we did for Styles and Nakamura.
yeah. I like the first one of Styles and Nakamura because of the story, and I talked about it before, and the low blow really got me. Like that was some of the most bought into wrestling I've been in the last 4 years, is how genuinely upset I was that Nakamura did that low blow.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong. Their matches weren't what they were in New Japan or even what they could have been here.
Yeah.
Different style, though.
Totally.
100%.
I wasn't expecting to see what I've seen.
I wasn't expecting to see like what I knew that they were both capable of. I was just expecting more, I think. And maybe I got my hopes up.
Ricochet, however, works the exact same style as he does in New Japan. Really hasn't changed anything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. He works, does the same shit.
I still love that the first time I ever saw this guy was Prince Puma on Lucha. And I didn't know, like, who the hell is this guy? That's a cool mask. And then I think after that, the first time I ever saw him with his mask off was the big fucking the match that everyone talked about in 2016 or whatever it was, the Will Ospreay Ricochet dance that they had. I don't even know if we can call that a wrestling match. It was more of a ballet show.
Come on.
But it was, bro. They weren't fighting. That wasn't a fight. That was a show, a performance. That was not a simulated fight. I'm sorry. And it was a good performance and amazingly executed by two guys that know what they're doing. But that was not a simulated fight, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. But
that's another pod.
Yeah, that's
what I was going to say. I feel like that discussion we could definitely get more into it now.
Absolutely. There you go.
Yeah.
As far as this match goes, though, man, I don't even think it's a question. Like, I think for sure these guys are going to get the time. They're going to fucking kill it.
Yeah.
And I don't even, this is the one I can say, like, I don't really know what the outcome is going to be, honestly. Like, I feel like Ricochet could get the title back.
They're treating him well.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. I think it would be amazing to give Ricochet this moment.
The club too, though.
Yeah, that's right. AJ heel is a different. You know?
It's good shit. AJ heel is good.
Yeah.
I love heel AJ. He fits the role so well. So, I'm if I have to put a guess on one of them, I'm gonna go with Ricochet because I feel it'll be a huge moment.
Yeah.
Like this is like his first not his first major pay-per-view. He was on Mania, but I just mean like his first solo kind of like big pay-per-view, right? So like really make a big like a big deal out of it.
No, you're right. Yeah. The only problem I have with him actually getting the title here is that the titles go back and forth so often, and I feel like
that's my fear.
If he does get it, like I feel like regardless of the outcome, we probably get them again in a couple weeks or whenever the next show is. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pick AJ, and I think that they're gonna run it back. Like this feud's gonna even continue furthermore. But I think it's with some heel involvement that AJ retains.
Well, I think it should because if Ricochet wins, I think this should be done. I don't think that they should take it back, like you said. But if AJ wins, then by all means, keep this going.
Well, how well have they been building up the OC or whatever? They can't, because AJ going to drop the belt if they've been building them like that?
No, I don't. That's why I don't think. You know what? If anything,
really
I'm
good
saying,
point, though.
Yeah.
Are they like a mean force on Raw right now, or are they just
slowly but surely?
Slowly,
But at the same time, I feel like they could still be okay without AJ having that belt, as long as they still had their tag belts. Not to say that would happen, but I don't think it would take that much away from the act. Quote, you know what I mean?
I think AJ does like you said, he's good at. We said he's good at being the heel, right? So I feel like maybe it comes to a point where he realizes, like, fuck, maybe I can't beat him, and he like purposely gets disqualified. Crowd's pissed because it's a good match, and he kind of spoils it by like that.
That I can see happening.
That's what I think will go down.
Yeah, because if he's the heel AJ, he doesn't really care if the fans think he has a great match.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point too.
He's gonna work the leg and tap him out, or Styles clash.
Ooh.
He's tapping him.
Nah, he's gonna give him like a low blow, like right in front of the ref, like fuck this, like he can't,
I can't
he's
beat
scared.
you.
He's scared, like maybe he can't beat him, and then he's
Or
like fuck this, you know what I mean?
Gallows, give me a chair.
Yeah.
Grabs a chair and just says fuck this or whatever.
Crowd's
keeps his
pissed.
belt.
The crowd will be pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, the crowd will definitely be pissed, especially because of the fact that we're all talking about this being, quote unquote, the match of the night. Fuck, I say that too much. I gotta stop that. But yeah, the match of the night. You know what I mean?
I see AJ working the leg, running from the Good Brothers.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Becky Lynch, Natalya. I got this
submission
third
match.
I got this third from the top.
Submission.
Is it though? I heard it.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
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 Okay. I
The
don't know why I
sign
thought
is
I heard something
sure,
about
sure.
that being removed, but if I'm going with you guys, not what I said.
Nothing would make me happier than to watch Natalya win in Toronto. Nothing would make me happier. However, Becky's not dropping this belt.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No.
They're going to keep this belt on her until Ronda comes back, and then we're finally going to get the one-on-one match that we've been waiting for.
Is Natalya going to get cheered?
Not
And
by
see-
me.
And see, this
By
is what's
anyone?
hard,
Like,
though.
yeah, like, that's
I mean-
against Becky is crazy
Like-
in Toronto.
Yeah, but Natalya's Canadian.
That's
know.
the one time.
I know, bro, but against
Yeah.
Becky though,
Right. No, I know you're right. Yeah.
if she's fighting Charlotte, you can get the cheers.
Trust
all
me,
day.
that's one of the things that I'm the most curious to find out about is how many man T-shirts and how many Becky shirts and how many little girls are dressed up like Natty. When I get there, I'm very curious. I want to know what that crowd's going to be like. Is it 60-40? Is it 50-50? Is it 90-10 Becky? Or is it
We're looking at 80-20, bro.
80-20?
I
80-20
think
for
Mike's
who?
right.
For who?
Yeah.
For who?
Becky, for sure.
Yeah.
Easily
Okay.
Becky.
Yeah. I don't think Natty's
Those
like.
SummerSlam tickets were expensive. There's not going to be a lot of little people there.
Well,
So you're saying like the crowd
gonna
is
be-
more with Becky?
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
Absolutely.
It's going to be
Yeah.
a grown crowd, I think.
I think if Natalya didn't win the NXT or the women's championship at SummerSlam 2 years ago, that this would have been perfect. Tie the bow.
Oh, yeah. She beat Naomi.
Tie the bow, wrap it up. And not to say like she already got her moment, she doesn't get another one, but it's like she literally did this. Like she won the women's championship at SummerSlam for the first time, and I think it was the first like that women's
Yeah,
title,
no,
the
Yeah.
SmackDown women's title. I don't know. I just it's not because I'm biased and I like Becky. I just don't see it happening.
Now, one thing that I
Becky's
keep
got something
thinking
good
about,
going. Like, why would you stop it?
Yeah.
That too, right?
but could you imagine, like, just for like argument's sake, like, what if Ronda came back
Yeah.
Sunday night
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
and cost Becky the title?
That would be what?
Shayna-
And then
Becky-
we get
Shayna called up, and then they run rampant through Raw.
Becky and Natty are friends. Or sorry, Becky. Ronda and Natty are friends.
She
She
tr-
hates
That's true.
Becky.
It's true.
It's a real good story.
Does that mean that we get Becky Ronda grudge match, no title, and then Natty's going on to feud against
Sure. You don't need the title
Mandy
on them
Rose
to-
or whoever?
Mm-mm.
They don't need the title.
No, not
This
at all.
is
I'm
right,
just that's
but
why I
yeah.
was trying to lay it out on.
Yeah, absolutely.
mind,
I
as
think it
far
would be
as-
really interesting. And I think it would take now how would that play out for Natty though? Would it turn her heel? Because if Ronda comes out there, Toronto is going to eat her alive and they are going to boo the hell out of her.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
We are.
I am at least.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right. You will be booing Ronda if she shows up.
Yeah, but I gotta be honest. I'm gonna give. It's not like I'm not booing Natalya.
No,
I'm
you're just cheering for Becky.
If Natty's getting this, then Becky's getting this. You know what I mean? Like it's just levels of cheering, basically.
Right.
I'm not gonna be booing Natty.
Yeah, and there's nothing to take away from Natty, and although like she's Canadian and all, but like I was there at Survivor Series, man. Like the crowd, they're just not that into her.
No, when she came out
regardless,
to
you know what I
replace
mean?
Nikki Bella, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the reaction wasn't like it was like but it wasn't. You know what I
She
mean?
should just work heel. She'd be a good heel.
She is a good heel.
Yeah.
It almost and I don't
She's
mean
a
this
heel
in
in
a
Total
bad
Divas.
way. It's almost it's almost pity. Like it's almost like
kind of
it's
kind of,
Toronto.
kind of.
We're gonna give it to Natty. Like when I first started, I'm like, oh, it's all just because it's Toronto, and not that that's a bad thing. It's just I want her to earn that like she did 2 years ago when she won it at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. You know, what I mean? Not because it was in Toronto, because it was her time.
Right.
But I don't know. All that being said, I hope Becky wins, and I think, in my opinion, I think Becky's gonna take it
I think Becky's going to win. I
with
do.
no shenanigans. If there's some shenanigans, then I almost can't even give you a prediction.
Yeah, well, like I think I said to you off pod earlier in the week that out of all the champions that won at Mania between Kofi, Seth, and Becky, like Becky's the only one currently that I still want to see continue.
More.
I know Seth lost the belt; he might get it back. We don't know. Kofi's still going, but Becky, like I'm okay. I want to see the reign continue. I think she wins, and I think we get maybe if Ronda, I think we get Ronda after the fact, like an attack after the match.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Post-match beatdown. Yeah, that could work. Any predictions from you there, Mike?
I don't know. I'll think outside the box.
Mhm.
Submission match for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
as far as we know.
Screw
yeah.
job, Montreal screw
She's-
job.
Natalia's gonna turn heel and use a weapon, I guess. Beat her up.
Give up her title, like
She-
opportunity, like.
Why? You can just beat it. You can just beat her and.
Oh,
make her tap.
is that how that works then? Submission
There's
matches
no
are
DQ
no
in a
DQ.
Yeah.
submission match.
Yeah, there's no DQs.
Because I guess, that makes sense. Because you wouldn't have like a rope break submission, right?
Because
I guess that's true. I don't know. That's definitely a possibility.
I'm just thinking outside the box.
No, that is outside the box. So is the screw job thing with the sharpshooter.
Oh yeah, I could
Toronto
see some kind of screw
thing.
jobby. I don't want it again for the
No.
whatever time. But
I just don't want it to
This
happen every time that we're in Toronto.
this is the match that it's gonna happen though. If it does,
If it does,
Yeah,
you're probably right. It'll be this one.
they've
But
set us right up for it. Submission, Toronto, Natty. Like
Yeah, it's really setting it up. Yeah.
how about Kofi Mania?
I-
Kofi SummerSlam. Kofi Slam.
I'm going out on left field here. I'm going Orton.
Hey.
I would like to see that. I love me some Randy Orton. He's probably my first ever favorite wrestler, so I wouldn't mind seeing him with the belt again. I don't know how long he really needs to have it. I'm thinking more if he gets it.
Where is he up there in the rank? Like, isn't he, what,
He's got,
13,
like, 13,
14?
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
up there, right? Yeah,
13 or 14.
I was going to say 12, so 13 probably around in that same.
Cena's 16?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got less than that for sure.
No, I think Cena's.
No, Cena's tied with Flair. Yeah.
Oh, he is
Yeah,
tied. Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was one up from Flair. My bad. But yeah, well, I thought they did that.
He better not get that.
That's why I couldn't remember. But yeah, Kofi, Kingston, Randy Orton. I'm kind of with Shane. I wouldn't mind seeing a Randy Orton win just because I like Randy, but I might be the only guy in the room. I don't know, but I like the Kofi reign. I don't like. It's not that I think it's the best WWE Championship title reign in forever. Don't get me wrong. It's way better than Jinder Mahal. You know what I mean? And I like Jinder Mahal.
I disagree in a certain aspect of it.
And I just like that it was genuine. I've said this since April, since before when Shane was here on the preview show for WrestleMania on the post show. I liked that this was real, and it wouldn't have happened without the crowd.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
The
100%.
only reason this guy is in the position that he's in is because they actually listened to the crowd.
But do you feel like it's...
Still like that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's what I mean.
that's
it's not
my
working.
issue. It's not working
it's
anymore.
Like, yeah, okay, that moment was good, but we tried it now. We did it. Cool, over. But it's not working, dude.
But
Like, Tito Santana wasn't the heavyweight champion. I'm just not, like, he doesn't look at, like, he doesn't scream main event dude to me. Like, I'm not feeling it at all.
How you don't
It's
like
the gear. it's
Ricochet and
fucking-
Will flipping around? I don't like the world heavyweight champion flicking pancakes into the crowd.
Yeah, that too. That's a great point. I didn't really even think of that, but the pancakes, and he's the WWE champion, the same title that Eddie
AJ
Guerrero
Styles
had.
and Eddie Guerrero, all these
Yeah.
good guys having good
That's
matches.
fair.
I love Kofi, great wrestler.
That's what I mean. It's not a personal thing, but just as the heavyweight champion, I don't want to see him as the heavyweight champion.
is it the gimmick or is it the guy?
No, it's the gimmick.
Have you ever seen Okada
It's
walk
the-
around with that title?
It's the gimmick.
He
It's,
treats that
it's still
title
for me
like
the
it's
gear.
fucking
I
gold.
always talk about the
He's
gear.
been big on the gear. He said from day one
Like-
that Kofi should have switched his gear from New Day and had something at least
to
somewhat
to stand out
different.
because it's like you got Earthquake and Typhoon as a tag team, right? Or Hawk and Animal, and then you got Hawk just wins the WWE title and he's wearing his Legion of Doom gear. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
I get it. It's New Day. I understand they're over. The crowd loves them, but like, no, I don't know.
I completely agree with Donovan.
Yeah, no,
And
you're making
Mike,
me-
I completely agree because
Yeah.
the whole pancake thing, when
Like, I
Big-
love it. Like,
yeah,
I'm about it, but like,
I love it too. When all three of them are doing it, it's New Day. I love it. When Big E and Woods are doing it, I love it. When Kofi's doing it, it just doesn't feel authentic anymore.
when we had the Smackville on and he was walking down the ramp flicking those pancakes,
Yeah.
he looked sad doing it.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
looked like he had no motive flicking those things in there.
The one thing I'll give them credit for, as far as positives, was this week, New Day, as like Big E and Xavier came out for a match, and Kofi was nowhere to be seen. And then later in the night, we seen Kofi and New Day were nowhere to be seen. So I liked the fact that they're actually, at least for this Randy Orton storyline, separating Kofi away from New Day and actually having him and Randy go at it. On top of all of that, the fucking promo, like
No, the
promos that they've been showing and showing, Kofi beating up the NASCAR. Randy Orton yelling, "Stupid, stupid, stupid," after his match in fucking Madison Square Garden. And just the that they actually have history. I love that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But again, I don't disagree with the WWE champion throwing fucking flapjacks to the crowd.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody still calls them flapjacks.
With all that being said, though, hey man, 9:59. You know what time it is. So I don't think, as much as I would like Randy Orton to win, I think Kofi is.
The change.
I know it's not SmackDown, so it's not the 9:59, but He's probably gonna get pummeled.
We've never really described the 959 to the listeners. That's kind of been an off.
So this,
You have to describe
The
for the
nine-
listeners now. We teased it 2 weeks ago, and then you weren't here last week.
what was the last pay-per-view? Was it Extreme Rules? Okay, he fought
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, right?
Stomping
So-
ground.
Stomping. No, Extreme Rules was after.
Oh,
Okay.
right. You're right. Sorry, my
Well,
bad.
when he fought
Okay.
Joe in
Yeah.
that match, like Joe just beats the piss out of him for the whole match. Punch, kick, fucking go for the submission. Joe was beating him the entire time, and then just out of nowhere, like just whoop. What's the finisher?
Yeah.
What's it called? The
The
Trouble in Paradise.
Yes.
Trouble in Paradise.
AKA the 959.
I actually like that name a little bit
So
better.
when the clock hits,
And then people hear it and they're like, "Oh, what's that? The 959." Is that like a cool spinning move or something? Like
time's up.
maybe? No, I don't know. I like the idea. Did we give our predictions?
I'm going Randy.
I know I said Randy before, but I'm going Kofi. I just think I kind of want Randy, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think Randy's gonna win.
Yeah.
As much as I would love it.
I'm gonna go with Kofi.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Kofi,
Had to get your mic back on there. My bad.
and I'd rather see Randy win and the New Day turn on Kofi though.
Okay. Like after post match, like you idiot, why couldn't you beat him? Or
Yeah,
something like that.
I was thinking about heel Xavier on the mic, and that shit would be crazy.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
What about
absolutely.
What about Big E yelling stupid at him?
That would work.
Would that
too.
be
That
like come
would also
full
work.
circle? I don't know if that'd be too much.
Biggie could just stand there and flex his pecs.
Yeah,
That's
and be tough,
Yeah.
like mean Biggie.
Farouk.
The couple times that we've seen him get Farouk, the couple times that we've seen him get real backstage and cut a couple promos in the ring, I loved every second of that.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, he's got it in him. He's just he's
gets,
also hilarious
he
too.
gets really real on Twitter too when people talk that shit.
Oh, does
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that Lars Sullivan guy? You gave him a piece. Of, yeah.
he? Good. I know the boys give Hulk Hogan his due too. So give him. They do. They were not. I'm pretty sure that they were happy, or WWE was happy that they're on fucking SmackDown when he showed up on Raw last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But because they didn't have to interact.
All this being said about the match, though, like,
Yeah.
it just, I get, as much as I want Randy, like, it, to me, the story kind of doesn't make sense if he wins, right?
Yeah.
Especially because all the guys that Kofi's beat, now he's actually fighting a former, like a champion,
Legitimate.
a legit, guy who's been here for a long time, a vet.
Yeah, not that Kevin Owens and these guys aren't,
Yeah,
but I know
well,
what you
WWE
mean.
vet.
Yeah.
But it's different. Yeah.
So,
For sure, Randy
Kofi will
Orton is-
probably win, but fuck it, I'll say Randy.
Okay,
You know,
and we'll check
fuck it.
back with the
Yeah.
predictions next week. I haven't been keeping track of everything, but I can go back and
It would be nice to see Randy win, but then like SmackDown would suck.
with him as the
It'd be
champion.
boring. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like what would he do as champion?
Yeah, I'm not saying I want a long Randy Orton reign either.
Like,
what if you got like Mustafa Ali, Randy Orton for the WWE Championship?
Yeah, give me that shit all day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
give me
I
that
knew,
shit
I
out
knew
there.
that would pop, Don.
Yeah. I'll take that.
I feel like they could.
not against Orton? Orton's big man.
Yeah,
Big.
No,
big,
dude,
big,
they
big.
did a match on SmackDown
Yeah.
like a little while back, and
You gonna throw
I
him
don't
right
know,
into
I
the
was feeling
contender
it.
for? You think he's a contender for WWE title?
Mustafa,
Yeah.
if built the right way. Look at DB.
Yeah, I'm not
look
saying
at Kofi,
he's not.
Right?
I'm not saying he's not. But right now,
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
no.
not to be the next challenger.
that's
You're
who
right.
fights AJ or Ricochet. The type that'd be fire too. Like
Yeah.
In
like,
a
he's more there. And
that's a really good point.
I'm the worst guy for that because like my favorite wrestlers are all small guys or like indie flippers and shit.
No, but you're right. He fits way more into that AJ Ricochet match.
rather see-
right now.
Randy and Joe go for the title. You
Yeah.
want to talk
But-
about simulated fight?
No,
There you
but-
go. But then at that point, like Joe's got to win something. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? He
that's how
keeps-
you get the guy with throwing pancakes. Now you have a champion that's legit,
Mean.
scaring people.
I don't want to harp on it because this is gonna tie so much into this Kofi shit again. But I feel like with Ali, not just because I like the dude, but like it's different. I feel like Kofi. They show that 09 clip. Back then, what Kofi had is kind of like what Ali kind of has now. Like he has genuine. If he gets fucked up, he's got sympathy.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what I mean?
He's a face,
Yeah.
straight face. for
Yeah,
sure.
and
Kofi had that at Elimination Chamber, man. He may not have it today in July or August, but he had it when he replaced Mustafa in that Elimination Chamber.
yeah, but he's not.
I know what you're saying.
He's not
It's
fresh. Like he's just not.
It's not
like,
the
at that
same.
time. At that time, I watched that shit. He was
Yeah.
like he was. It was new. It was like who's this guy? And he's contending with Randy. You think maybe they're gonna shove him to the top, but
Yeah.
no, he got bumped down quick. On Mustafa, I think in a Shawn Michaels-esque kind of way, not to compare him to HBK,
No,
but like
yeah,
in that kind
I
of
get it, I get it.
boyhood dream,
Fancy moveset.
type of
Kids probably love him.
Rumble
Like,
style, maybe.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
wins like that,
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah.
in that way. But
I see what you mean.
yeah,
I just miss, I remember the days of like Triple H and JBL being champion.
Oh no,
It's
I hear you.
So much feel good in the WWE
Yeah.
with all these like, here's the belt, bro. Here you go. Don't
There's
worry.
few and far between now, right? As far as like them
everyone
kind
just-
of guys. Go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe with the title, like making you actually want someone to win the title instead of like wondering who's going to win the title. And, like,
Yeah.
pick this guy.
Wanting to
Like,
win.
fuck Joe. Like that's what it would be like.
No, that's a great
how you'd
point.
wanna
Yeah,
be.
absolutely.
Pick this guy. It might be the line of the fucking round table tonight. And when you can think about a match and not be thinking about who are they picking and who do I want, the way Nick Newell, guest of the show last week, was watching the Seth Rollins Brock stuff, which we'll get to, and saying, fuck this guy, I want Seth to beat him down because he keeps beating this guy up every single week.
Like,
That kind of shit matters, man. That's a good point.
like as a grown-up watching wrestling, and when Triple H came out, we thought he was going to help Seth Rollins in that triple threat. But
and then he gave KO the fucking champion. That was incredible.
it's the
Yeah.
best. Yeah,
It was a moment.
No one knew
Yeah.
that was coming.
No,
KO didn't even look like he knew it was coming.
I know, it was so good.
So, like, that
Kevin sold it so brilliantly.
Yeah, if you can buy in, why not go full way?
For sure, for sure. Do you guys want to move on?
Sure.
Yeah. You weren't gonna burn it down?
Are you fucking kidding me? Hell no. I'll burn it down. How crazy is it that I wanted to buy that T-shirt 4 weeks ago? And I even mentioned it to you. Yeah, a couple days ago we talked about it, but it's done now, man. I'm sorry. It's
No La Flame.
And you know what? I completely agree with you about being done. But at the same time,
you're done with Brock,
I'm
too.
done with Brock.
I hear you.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
I said this. We had this conversation off the pod, but at Money in the Bank, when Brock came out at the end, I was genuinely shocked. It was a moment,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, fine. I didn't like it, but I was still shocked, and it was shock
Something
value,
different with
and
Brock.
it worked. I'm done. The shock's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I will take any pleasure in watching Heyman in the ring and on the mic. Give me Heyman 24/7, and I'm good. But
And whatever he's been doing on Raw has been good because
It's-
Raw
yeah.
has definitely gotten better.
It's gotten
since
better.
Whenever this takeover.
But I don't know what they're paying Brock. But I don't know.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm over it, and I just want Seth to have the belt and move on to a different opponent that's not Baron Corbin.
You know what would just be perfect for me?
What up?
And it's not happening. I just have to accept that it's not happening, but it would be the best situation is just have this open the show. And let's just forget about it. Let's just open the show with this. We can all be done with our Brock Lesnar or Seth Rollins, and then we can move on.
But then what main events?
Kofi, Randy, I don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you want to treat Kofi well? Do it. Go for it. Bite the bullet and fucking put him in the main event.
Yeah,
Or-
I get that.
Or make it Goldberg. I don't know. I just
Donovan's face when you said
Let's
put
see how
Kofi
many
in the
people
main
stick
event.
around for that.
I don't want to stick around for Brock and Seth. Like, I want to stick around to see Brock walk to the ring in that dope entrance, and that's pretty much it. I don't know, man. And I'm excited to go. It's not
But
that
aren't you excited to see Brock just fuck him up? Because I don't think Seth will. Like, I kind of think Brock's gonna just do his thing.
if that's the case, yeah. I'm just so stuck in my fucking ways right now that I just think there's no way Seth isn't walking out of that arena with the belt.
Okay.
Like, I would bet money. Like, I'm not going to bet you right now, but I just mean I would, if I had to bet money, I would put my money on Brock.
Okay.
Or on
well,
Seth. Sorry, on
okay.
Seth. On Seth. I want Brock. That's why I said that.
Right.
But I just think that, and I've said it on past roundtables, and sorry I'm talking too much, not letting anybody else talk, but this is what we talked about 20 minutes, half an hour, whenever it was. This is making up for the low blow. This is Seth Rollins getting his clean win against Brock Lesnar and finally winning the WWE Universal Championship without having to low blow Brock
He
Lesnar.
never loses clean.
Who? Brock?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he does. Maybe this is the one. Except last year he lost to Roman clean at SummerSlam, right?
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
I think. I know he lost to Roman at SummerSlam. Do I remember if it was clean?
Is Roman going to be involved in this, or?
Well, doesn't Braun try and like cash? Well, like wasn't there?
Braun tried to cash in.
Did he? See, I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. See.
Yeah. Braun tried to cash
so
in.
there you go. So there was no.
How does
I
this
forgot
one go
Braun even
down?
had the fucking briefcase. That's totally.
There's someone else who's off the card.
I was just about to say I forgot about.
Well, he's
Braun.
next. Brock retains, and he's next. And he wins the belt, and then we'll get.
He's
no more
next.
Brock.
Is Goldberg there?
You know what I mean? That's what I think.
That would be fine.
That's what I'm hoping happens.
Especially because they've, like, he had a time when he should have been champion, Braun
for sure,
Strowman,
for
and then it
sure.
went down, and then there's a good thing they didn't give it to him when it went down because he's starting to kind of come back up now and
He
do
is. I
his
agree.
own thing and feel like he is something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Seth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Seth. I am just because I
Safe.
personally just don't want Brock to win. But I also, and my other thing is, with this whole Fox SmackDown merge thing coming, I keep thinking that Brock is going to be the one to dethrone Kofi.
That's what we were talking about that before.
So
like we were saying that's where the briefcase should have been.
Yeah.
that's what I completely agree
Used.
with. Yeah. But I do still think, like, with SummerSlam, do I think, and I mean, like, it's crazy to say that, though, because I picked Orton to win, but I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't think that it's going to be a good, happy moment when Seth Rollins wins. I don't like after the reaction that he got on Monday Night Raw.
which wasn't a lot.
Nothing. Like he's holding the mic all beat up in the ring, and I chirped him earlier, but he's just, I'm going to beat Brock Lesnar. And nothing.
The crowd didn't really react.
Just silence. It's like,
Well, I don't like what they're turning him into.
Yeah.
they've stopped and started with him, I think, too much, and
Yeah.
he needed that title run. Like he needed to kind of go past into SummerSlam with the belt and through SummerSlam maybe.
Yeah.
Even though Kofi's still a champ, I don't care. Go for both of them. The year of Kofi and Seth. I don't know. But I don't know.
It's a rough year.
Yeah.
Only other
wait.
stuff, I guess, predictions from you
Mike,
two.
what
Yeah.
are you saying about this match?
Seth, I don't like Brock as
Yeah,
champion.
yeah.
He doesn't need the belt.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you.
He's just like Undertaker, bro. He's just an attraction.
Now, yeah. That's definitely how Vince looks.
It's not a
Vince
diss. Like
looks
you
at
can
him
make
for
your
sure.
money. You can make your money without.
I'm so weird. I'm just soaking it all in, man. Because, like,
Yeah.
well, one, I thought he was gone already. So when he left,
Who knows? Seth might be having fun working with Lesnar. He watched wrestling as a kid too.
for sure. No. And I mean, when I say I'm soaking it in, is like, once Brock's gone, he's gone. We're not getting more Brock matches, and maybe they're not the best, but it's just like, I'm soaking it in because once he's gone, that's it. I don't think there's no Brock Lesnar match coming back when I'm 40 and he's, or whatever, maybe that's a little far
No,
in
I
the
think-
future, but you know what I mean? Like,
He's going to wrap up this run
and then that'll
eventually at some point, hopefully sooner than later. And that's going to be it.
be it. Yeah. So that's why I'm just the bias, I guess, in the sense that I want to soak it all in because I know it's like back to the F1 update, like my boy Lewis, like, I'm soaking it in because this guy's 34, 35 years old, and he's not going to be racing in 10 years.
Yeah, right.
So I want to soak in these people that I know aren't going to be around forever. But at the same time, like,
I soaked in his matches with Undertaker in 03 in the cage and Kurt Angle, and then had to watch.
I didn't
him
even
come
watch
back
wrestling
and do
until
this shit.
2004.
and see-
So, like, the first...
He used to be so good.
I
man.
know,
Lesnar
it's just
was an
the
animal.
first live Brock Lesnar match I ever saw was WrestleMania 31.
Mhm.
So you got to look at it.
They portray him as
From
his
my-
UFC character.
Was that
bro.
the
that's
Yeah.
the
That was a good
problem, though.
I don't know if
Hell
they
yeah.
watched his UFC fights.
I did.
You
I've
watched
watched-
the one against Frank Mir when he tapped. Real
I've watched
quick?
like all of them, yeah.
Like I'm not. Lesnar would destroy.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
beat Frank Mir once, no?
Yeah, he got his win back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then, but I
Kimura
mean,
was
Frank
really-
Mir could
I know,
tap out a
I'm
fucking
I'm not saying that.
elephant.
Nothing. I'm just saying like they paint him as this machine. It's like he's got weaknesses.
for sure.
Anyone
Yeah.
that watched him in the UFC seen him get spun right around.
Yeah. Yeah.
By
And you're not
Remember
wrong.
Velasquez?
But it's just like if Strowman walked in there, he'd get fucking
I'm
demolished.
not saying that. I'm just saying why would you paint a picture of him if you already had a character of Lesnar? Lesnar was a machine doing shooting star presses. You come in here and have him doing this.
I see what you mean. Why turn
Yeah.
him into the MMA guy when he already was?
He's already
the,
a s-
Well, I think that's more his
he's
call.
a next. Yeah, obviously.
Obviously his
Obviously,
call, yeah.
he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
he was doing shit up until the fucking Suplex City stuff. That's when it all changed.
yeah.
But yeah, it's ever since he's been
It
back,
goes-
and
it
I
goes
think from
both ways too.
yeah,
Though. Like Cena worked a good match because Cena just said, "I'm doing like what I have to do here.
Yeah.
Paint
Yeah.
a picture, and I'm actually going to work." Here.
absolutely.
Like these other guys, like Seth Rollins, bro. Like it goes to what you said. If Strowman went in the ring, he'd get destroyed. If Seth Rollins went, it'd be even quicker.
Oh yeah.
But so let's see if Seth Rollins how he would go tactical.
Yeah.
Do something, bro.
What's back to
what?
the simulated fighting stuff?
Yeah,
right?
you got me thinking a little differently about this match now because I'm thinking back to Brock AJ, Brock DB, Brock Punk. You know
when
what I mean?
people
Those-
work their styles
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
wrestler,
So
Those
Seth-
matches are so
if
good,
Seth
man.
brings
That was my
those-
match of the year. Again, sorry to bring up that
Yeah.
best of 2018 show, but that DB Brock was.
If Seth
amazing.
brings those kind of elements to it, then this could make for a much better ending. Than
I
would.
completely agree.
Yeah.
We need that Brock. I don't want Suplex City Brock.
True.
But Seth
And
has
that's
to-
why I'm tired.
Seth has to
Totally.
speak up too and say,
Yeah.
let's go to work, big man. Come
Yep.
on.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
You can't get Dean Ambrose and him at fucking WrestleMania 32, man. You can't. You got to push the buttons and find what Brock's into. You know what I mean? Not to say that Dean couldn't. I just mean Seth's got to do everything in his power.
What's the
match?
worst that could happen when you're in the ring with Lesnar? They're not firing either one of them.
Oh, exactly. No, and
It doesn't have to be crazy, but something different will go a long way.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Seth, Brock, or not Seth.
There's
Seth,
lots of potential
Brock,
there, too.
AJ, I'm thinking back now. That match.
Oh yeah.
the
was
DB
incredible.
one was better though.
What
Honestly,
about-
I think it was.
DB,
What about
Punk,
the Finn
Cena?
Balor one?
Yeah, yeah.
That one too, yeah.
It was
yeah.
great.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good too.
But
like,
these type of matches, right? That's what we're all.
I
on
like
the
what
same-
Mike was saying too, though, because you were bringing up 2003 Lesnar. Okay, these matches with Taker
Oh yeah.
were like next level that nobody is doing today.
No, not
You
big,
know-
not guys that size.
Grabbing the cage and booting Taker and stuff, man. It was crazy. It
Like-
was so good.
Like you had Lesnar coming in when he was a face, like off that forklift when he jumped off the forklift onto Big Show in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, that's pretty fuck. Yeah.
You know, so I think one of the things is, do I think it's creative that's giving Brock these ideas? No, not at all. Because they're paying Brock way too much money for him to listen to creative. Okay? He's going into that ring every night going, I'm going to do what I do. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay, and to a certain degree.
Of course,
Obviously,
he's not trying to hurt people, but
there's
yeah.
a script and he's being careful.
Yeah.
But it's also, they'll come to him with an idea and he'll go, I'm not doing that. I totally think that's happening.
He probably walks up to the guy, says, "You know what we're doing?" They say, "Yeah." He goes, "Easy work day for me." Someone like AJ is gonna say, "Yeah, but let's do
this. So how about we try this and how about we try that?
give guys some motivation for Christ's sake." Jesus.
Exactly.
No, totally. I think this pay-per-view has a very high potential of being a good one.
I completely agree with you.
Can I get like a prediction of a Meltzer stars for what we think? Not what we think he'll rate it. I just mean like what you think this pay-per-view might look like when we're all said and done.
If these matches are given the time that they deserve, I'm looking at 4.
And that goes both ways. Meaning I want the Goldberg match to be 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When you say time deserved, that means lower.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't want to see someone like. Okay, this is going to sound crazy because I'm not trying to compare them. Like, you have really hard workers like Bailey and Ember who get 5-6 minutes, and then you give Goldberg and Ziggler 15.
Which
No.
even if it's the same, like they shouldn't. Bailey and a match like Bailey and Ember should be getting more time than Goldberg and.
Absolutely.
And as far as distributing time amongst a pay-per-view, I agree
I mean, like,
completely, Shane.
Obviously, Ziggler can go 15 minutes. Bill can't.
No, not unless Ziggler's running around the whole time and Bill's just selling for him, which isn't going to happen either. So,
Like, do you know? Sorry, I'm just going to bitch about it for one more second. But everybody in that building and everybody backstage with the headsets on, when he goes to lift Ziggler up for the jackknife, everyone's gonna be like, fuck, don't drop him.
don't hurt him.
I'm sorry. And obviously, there's a massive weight difference between Taker and Ziggler.
How many do you think they've practiced?
I hope a lot.
A few? Definitely a
I
few.
don't know.
Few jackhammers?
Maybe.
No.
Or unless Bill thinks he's too good for practice. I don't.
No,
fucking
I don't
know.
think he's that cocky.
No, I don't either. I'm just worried that they're gonna give him too much time, and he doesn't need it.
But overall, so what do you just a guess? Like you don't even have to use the word stars if you don't want.
I'm
to.
going
Just-
4.
Okay. It's just another talking point. I don't know.
I'll go 3 3/4 because I know Uncle Dave's
Fuck,
a
these
little
are
bit.
low bars.
He's a little bit biased right now with the AEW floating around.
For sure, yeah.
Or we're saying out of 5, right?
Yeah, just what you think this will turn out to be afterwards. We'll obviously reassess this next week on the roundtable. but
Hopefully a 3 to a 4. Hopefully.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm hoping for a 4, and I mean, you're asking a lot to say 5. 5 is kind of what perfect. You're gonna get a perfect pay-per-view. I don't know.
There's lots.
What's
of
perfect?
There's lots of potential for good, but there's some potential for
Definitely.
some takeaways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that could go wrong.
No,
But
for
there's lots more good possibilities than there is bad.
For sure. Last thing. Do you guys think there's going to be any surprises? Just something that's like, whoa.
If you guys think Ronda's coming, I think Shane is coming with her.
That would be whoa.
Not everyone watches
Because
NXT.
them being together wouldn't be something that we're used to
No
seeing.
one watches NXT. Like Vince doesn't think anyone watches NXT.
No. I know what you mean. And trust me, like, I talked about it, I think it was last week on the round table, and I didn't mean to get too heated, but a lot of people do watch NXT, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't watch NXT.
I have buddies that have the network that don't even know what it is.
Yeah, and as much as, and I know you will back me up on this, as much as you're an NXT fan, every single person on that roster wants to be on Monday Night Raw. They didn't sign with WWE to wrestle in NXT every week.
They want to, but some of them are probably weary of how they're going to get treated.
Of course.
Absolutely.
But they know they're getting paid more, and they know that's the TV show they watched when they were 10 years old watching wrestling, and they want to be on that show.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So and I don't want to rehash the same point every week, but that's something that I wanted to talk to you about, obviously, especially if somebody watches so much NXT.
But there's a time and a place, though, because NXT has its dedicated crowd.
Of course. Just
It's
like,
one of the reasons I still have the network is NXT specifically.
Yeah.
and to kind of bring this
And
whole...
it's not a diss. Like, it's just like that. That's the only way you can watch it, so I have to have it.
Yeah, no, plenty of people have said that, and I think it's the first time maybe ever that I've only talked about Wade Keller once, but he's talked about that on his show.
I thought we went a whole show.
Almost. He talks about that too, about how there's significant amount of wrestling fans who have the WWE network to watch NXT.
Yeah.
But there's also a bunch, again, like me, who have the WWE network that watch 5 hours of cable wrestling a week. And by the time NXT comes around on Wednesday, like if NXT was on Friday, I might be more inclined to watch it. Yeah. But by the time I get to Wednesday, I've spent both my nights after work watching wrestling all night, which don't get me wrong, I'm doing a podcast about wrestling all night. But you know what I mean? There's a time and a place. But again, to bring it all full circle and what we talked about, I think, at the beginning 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago, there's so much different types of wrestling, and to have four of us in the same room who all kind of watch different stuff. Like, we all watch overlaps, of course, but the fact that people think of pro wrestling as niche, and it's like, for it to be niche,
It's the most unpopular popular thing.
there you go. And I've told many of people, anytime I tell anybody about the podcast, and they're like, oh, that's kind of unique wrestling podcast. I'm like, yeah, I bet you there's more wrestling podcasts on the internet than there is for any podcast for
Absolutely.
for anything.
Look at Raw every week is loaded with fans. Whether they're saying they're not
Yeah.
selling tickets, it's loaded with fans
Loaded.
every week. Loaded.
Totally.
For years.
There's,
Packed.
yeah, and there's more, like, I don't even need to rehash it. I'm just going to say there's more people doing fucking this type of stuff, wrestling shows, than there is any other type of podcast. So the fact that there's that many fans who want to talk about it, and there's different shit to talk about, and we haven't even gotten to October yet, when it's going to be another 2-hour show that's on every week.
Oh my God.
Is that going to be on in Canada, by the way? Do we know that yet?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I have no clue.
Because nothing's been announced yet, and it's coming up soon.
I want to say, though, how you said you watch so much wrestling and then you have to go to NXT.
It's not that it's bad. It's
No.
just a lot.
I think if 205 Live, you didn't have to change the channel, people would watch more. Like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Like if it was just
If it was
on
part-
after
yeah, 'cause
SmackDown?
it's like if you're there live, it's on after SmackDown, but you have to go get the
Well, I
network.
watched 3 hours of Raw.
Like, yeah, but like little kids that can't buy the network,
Mm-hmm.
they would probably love 205 Live and all
Absolutely.
all those guys.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
completely
They
right.
can't even watch it.
The
Their ratings
problem
would be
is-
huge.
is
And those
getting
guys,
the-
like Mustafa Ali, how he got his rub, and now he's like you said, he's got that
Yeah.
sympathy. All those guys in 205 Live can get that from young WWE fans.
And apparently Chad Gable's been tearing it up over there on
Yo, I was
205.
gonna say he looks wicked over there right now.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. It's him. Like, I know he cut.
He's peeled, eh? He's
Oh,
yeah, he got
yeah.
the haircut and shit. It looks good, man. He's got
Bro, he's
good.
is he, not to get on a tangent because we're going long, but he's probably the most underrated fucking guy and underutilized in maybe the company.
Yeah,
Like, think about, and I'm the last guy, you guys all know this, I'm the last guy to talk about people going to AEW, but if he goes to AEW, they're going to be shaking their head at WWE going, what the fuck were we doing? Why didn't we use this guy?
I could see Cody coming in and talking to him.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Because he would kill it over there.
Cody's an old school American wrestler too, like NCAA style.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
I
like,
love Gable probably.
I felt like
where
such
like Gable would fit right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I felt like such a prick this week. Cody posted some video of him talking, and I just posted the sleeping emoji just to be a dick. Not even really for any other reason than that.
We love you, Cody.
Yeah. But yeah, this has been awesome, boys.
Yeah.
Round table. Is there anything else anybody wants to get off their chest before we?
I want to see Gable and Gulak while he's down there, and while Gulak's the champ. I hope that that's the crash course they're heading to, and I think it is, because that's what I feel like's going down over there. That's it.
I'm all for that.
No,
Yes.
yeah, that was good.
All right.
I want to watch more 205 Live too. I got to be honest. And what Mike said is a good point. If it was on right after SmackDown, I think I would, and it is technically. But I just mean if it was just there and I didn't have to do anything, it just came on. I'd be like, oh, well, this is on now. Might as well watch this.
Even like old wrestling fans, like older guys, like dudes at my work that don't even know what indie wrestling is.
Yeah,
If they seen 205 Live, they'd shit themselves.
because it's it's the
WCW
crowd that
with-
that ruins that show. Is the crowd isn't as engaged
Doesn't
as
even matter
other
the
wrestling
crowd, though, 'cause
crowds.
they can camera it all.
They can edit that
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
And
bro.
add in sounds and shit. You're not.
Yeah.
wrong.
The
You
moves
guys
these
are
guys
not
are doing
wrong.
is insane. People would love that.
We'll be there. We'll be at the next 205 Live, so
That we will.
Yeah, man.
And we're gonna stay. Too,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
We're gonna stay. We'll stay for the whole show. I didn't know if I stayed for last time for the entire show. I think I.
We left for 205 Live because I was cheesed. Simon.
Wait.
Simon's like, I'm not staying. I work in 5 hours.
But
What
me
up,
and
what up,
you.
Simon?
But they didn't have. No. They didn't. That wasn't. They didn't have 205 Live in 2016.
No. SummerSlam. I thought you meant the last SmackDown we went to.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say. I don't know. Oh, that was the night. Yeah. Because me and you went 2 nights in a row. Gotcha. Yeah. And he didn't want to stay. You're right. You're not wrong about that. All that being said, this has been a good roundtable. Episode 48.
48.
Yes.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, if you got any pain, mental relief you need, check out our boys over at Pure Oxide CBD, selling some CBD oil locally. They're on, I think it's www.pureoxide.com, at Pure Oxide on Instagram. No GMOs, THC free this stuff is. I got a bunch of stuff posted on over the Instagram, and we're going to have pictures and stuff all over that. But if you guys are interested in any CBD products and you want to get that stuff, I believe it ships anywhere. So any of the American listeners that are interested, I don't know what's legal and what's not down there anyway, but it's legal up here, and I know they ship to the States. So if you're interested, hit them up at Pure Oxide CBD. And oh, that's the wrong song, Don.
Oh, hey, I'm not ready to sing.
You're not ready to sing, are you? We'll cut it. We'll cut it. Cut the music because it's time to end the show. That's pretty much it. If you don't already, guys, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PW LookBack. Send us a DM, questions, topics, concerns. Send Don a DM about the Championship LookBack Show. I'm still waiting to hear what that's going to be. I'm curious. He is here now, but
Coming soon.
yes, soon. Maybe give us some suggestions for some titles. That'd be fun. Maybe get Mike or Shane on the Championship LookBack Show. That'd be cool too. But
Yeah.
I'm down.
yeah. Email prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com if you want to send us any stuff there. I didn't talk about it at the beginning, Don, but me and you were going to be doing some comic book reviews.
Yes. Yeah.
Invasion of
Yeah.
Planet WrestleTopia. So stay tuned for that. The comics that have been sent to us from, I don't know if they're local or not, but they've been sent to us and they want us to review the stuff on their show. More information coming with that next week, like I said. Teespring.com. Like I said, still no backpack, no water bottle. But there's t-shirts, stickers, tank tops, all kinds of stuff. Hit it up there. Teespring.com/Pro Wrestling LookBack. I'm on Twitter at Salsa, SCELSA.
My Twitter is at JustDon44.
At Shane Avery.
At MXKEXD.
And that's everyone here. I think that's pretty much everything. Hit the subscribe button on iTunes. Hit 5 stars. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment. I don't know. We appreciate it all. Send us DMs. Thank you for checking out the show. This has been The Roundtable, episode 48. I'm Nick.
I'm Shane.
Oh, the double. That's a first.
Hey.
Shane.
I'm Mike D.
And I was Whiskey Don, but I'm Waterboy Don, telling you to stay classy.